Welcome to Knights of Roleplay, an adventuring podcast. This is an actual play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Royalty-free music provided by Kevin MacLeod, Plate Mail Games, and Tabletop Audio. And now, to adventure. Hello and welcome. My name is Chris Buckner. I am the primary dungeon master for Knights of Roleplay and Adventuring podcast. This session is In Volo's Wake, Part 3, and it is going to be DM'd by our wonderful Sarah. So I will turn it over to her.
Hello, adventurers.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi. So before I go into things, I'm going to have you all go around and introduce the characters that you will be playing for tonight's adventure. I guess we'll start with Mr. John.
I be playing a retired pirate who's a little bit down on his luck.
Oh boy.
But with my quick blades and quicker spells that I have learned while sailing the high seas, I hope to at least make my mark on the world of adventuring.
Wow.
Wow. and what is this pirate rogue's name?
Oh, yes. You would be needing to know me moniker, I suppose. You may call me Sure Enough.
Alrighty then. Are you sure?
That I be.
That's a little bit. That's your name's a little bit too close, John. To show enough on the nose, is it?
Show enough.
Show enough.
Sure, as in like seashore enough.
Yeah, that's the pun. Yeah.
Very well done.
Oh my. All right. With that said, we'll go to. I'm just gonna go around my screen clockwise.
Sure.
Yeah, this is being recorded over. This is being recorded over Zoom for those of you. We're still
social distancing.
We're still in social distancing time. This will probably not air during that time, but actually, it probably will. It probably still will be.
That was a good fun.
All right, so you said that I was next?
Yes, Mr. Chris.
Okay, so I am playing a kenku, which is a flightless bird race, looks like a crow. And I am playing a ranger. And kenku tend to have like names that are like descriptive, talk about like what they do. And so my name is Shooter because I shoot a bow. That's my name. And
Shooter McGavin.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
I was just thinking from Happy Gilmore.
There's a lot of cool stuff that in the racial description that talks about how kenku have no originality whatsoever. They mimic things. And they don't they don't really talk like just like normal people. They either make sounds or they motion or they say things that they've heard, almost like they're parroting back things that they've heard. So I'm going to do my best to have some fun with the sound effects and the mimicry.
This is going to play out well.
and stuff like that.
I don't know if I want you mimicking me back to me.
Boys choosing characters to maximum troll. Sarah,
this was
the
completely
DM.
unintentional. We didn't have to coordinate this one.
So yeah, that's me.
Okay, all right. So we have Shooter, the Kenku Ranger. Woohoo! Next up, we have Mr. Gerg.
Hello. I'm playing Alexian, and I am a changeling fighter. And I have been adventuring many times with this party in various forms over the course of time. And I am looking for something. Hopefully, I will find it at the conclusion of these different mini battles that we're doing.
That would be great.
Cool.
So, welcome back, Alexian.
Thank you.
And now we will move to Miss Kate the Great.
All right, so I'm once again bringing back Barbara Ann. She is a half.
Barbara Ann.
Barbarian.
Sing the full song. So she is a half-orc barbarian. She left her tribe about 20 years ago because she realized that her tribe was a little more warlike than she felt was appropriate for the teaching of her ancestors, which was to use power to protect the innocent instead. So she has been a traveling kind of mercenary for honorable causes and guardian for hire, one of the best in the business for the 20 years or so that she's been wandering since then.
Called a mercenary, yeah. Kate.
Yes. Yeah. So she's a barbarian. She fights with a great sword.
Great.
And she likes to smash things.
That's a great sword.
That's a great sword. And Kate smash. It's very pro.
I feel like I've asked this before, but you're a half orc. Do you have hairy boobies?
Oh
no.
Oh boy. So she shaves.
No.
She shaves.
You see right where Chris's mind went, right there.
Waxing.
Right to the boobs.
Okay.
And
all right.
Not even 5 minutes in, we have already
some hairy cleavage sticking out there.
No. You're thinking about the dwarvish woman. Their beards.
Wow. Okay. Well, on that note, adventurers, it has been 5 days since our adventurers rescued the missing youths from the grasp of the gnolls. They've earned high respect amongst the town's councilmen by this point. And in the time that they've had down, Miss Regina Phalange was called away on a, quote, mission of grave importance for important people. So she will not be here tonight. But the traveling minstrels have also gone amongst their very merry way, and they were singing songs of passion as they rode off into the sunset.
And those guys were awesome.
Involving tank.
I was probably listening to him saying, "See you later, alligator."
Much to Alexian's pleasure, Barbara Ann rejoined the group from her adventure abroad. Yep. And 2 new adventurers came to join the party. A pirate rogue by the name of Sure Enough, and a Kenku ranger by the name of Shooter. Adventurers, you're still staying at the tavern, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, what was the name of the tavern? Do you
I can't remember.
I named it last adventure. Let me see.
I was just curious. It doesn't matter. I was just curious if it had a name.
I don't even know.
Clearly, I take great notes. I'm like, I don't know.
It's all good.
Yeah, if I find it, I'll tell you guys. It's somewhere in my notes.
So you've been on downtime for 5 days. What would you say you're now doing now that you're acquainted?
Maybe hanging out in the tavern, having some breakfast, maybe. If it's
the tavern was the painted unicorn.
It's all gone.
Hanging out in the common room of the painted unicorn.
The painted unicorn.
The painted unicorn.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're hanging out, having your breakfast, liquid or otherwise, you're approached by one of the council members, Harbin Webster. As he approaches the group, because he now has it on good authority that you know how to get things done in a timely and secretive way, he decides to talk to you a little bit. He says, hello, my friends and new friends that have joined our adventurers in their quests. How are you this morning?
Good, and how are you?
Not drunk enough yet, Councilman.
I'm not sure how I feel about that one and his ability to keep a secret.
Don't be worrying about me.
Now you're Irish.
I can, whatever. I'm working on it.
No, he's Irish.
Just wait till he goes pirate Southern. We know what'll happen.
You know it.
Well, I've heard you are definitely a group that can get things done, and I must admit that I've had some troubles of late I was hoping to speak to you about. You see, I was approached not that long ago by an elven woman named Delcy. She had many questions about the strange happenings that have been going on in our fair city of Faldalen. Fandalin.
Fandalin.
Fandalin, Fandalin, whatever.
And despite the fact that I advised her not to adventure in the wood given these strange happenings, I mean, children seem to be especially vulnerable to those strange things. Like I said, despite my warnings, she seems to have disappeared. And I begged that I might employ you to go find her and bring her back to me.
Where did she disappear from?
Well, she was here when she approached me with all of her strange questions, and I fear she went into the wood that have caused us so many troubles since Volo's adventure here.
I've heard you've been having some issues of people regularly disappearing into this forest. I get it right. Y'all.
Yes, I don't advise anybody to adventure into those woods. Strange activity. Just nothing but strange activity has been reported there ever since that Volo ventured within and made his reportings.
So you think she ran off to the Crooked Forest?
I do. I believe she went off into the Crooked Forest, even though I warned her not to.
Okay.
How many days has she been gone?
That is a very good question.
Pause.
Think
Station
this town,
identification.
Reviewing
this town
content.
may have been cursed.
Boop.
Offering.
It might not have been more than a couple of days ago, but there's been some very disturbing things within the last 10 days, I would say, as well, that makes me worry for her.
Can you elaborate on what strange things you've been hearing about besides what I saw before?
No more than a couple of 10 days ago, a group of Ilmataran pilgrims were traveling through the area, and two of them, vanished and never seemed to have been seen again.
Okay. This was 2 days ago?
A couple of 10 days ago.
Oh, about 20.
How long that is.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I think we can guess how long a 10-day is.
Is it 20 days?
Okay.
A 10 day, I think, is a way that they refer to weeks, but it's actually it's 10 days as a week, so it's been 20 days.
A couple weeks.
Okay.
And did anyone report the kids missing?
Aye, they did. I'm slipping into John's Irish accent.
Aye, they did.
It's really hard to do a commoner accent, like the really traditional commoner accent.
When the children went missing, yes, the forest was thoroughly searched, and the searchers found no evidence of them, but they did report seeing strange sounds and lights that halted the searchers venturing too far because they were fearing for their own safety.
Just strange. No more detail on the nature of the sounds or the lights.
They didn't give us much detail on the very strange activity, but it was definitely scary enough to turn them back. And poor Malak and Ifania, like I said, they've never been seen or heard from again.
Malak and Ifania?
Ifania.
Ifania. Okay. Children. Check. All right. Anything else besides the missing children?
Well, like I said, this elven woman seems to have disappeared as well, and I worry for her. She and I had some very good talks about why she came to Fandalin and what she was in search of.
What did she think she was searching for?
Well, she said she's an ardent fan of Master Volo's work, and in confidence, she told me that she was led to Fandalin by a dream she was having.
Did she say anything about what was in her dream?
Indeed. She said that her dreams, she saw what she called a dream stone. They're very valuable objects, as she made them out to be, very powerful, and she thought they might be located in the Neverwinter Wood. It's a dangerous forest, as you know.
So a dreamstone she thought she was searching for.
Aye, that's what, indeed, that is what she called them.
Okay.
I have never heard of them myself.
All right, and you said her name was Delcy or Delcy?
Delcy.
Delcy, okay. Sorry. All right, go ahead. What were you going to say, sure enough?
Well, moments past now.
Sure enough.
You show enough.
But as I said, I would definitely offer a handsome sum for her safe return.
Handsome sum. Safe return.
Oh, boy.
What manner of sum would you be talking?
I'm glad you asked. You are a man after my heart, I must say. I can offer you a reward of 100 gold coins, gold pieces, for her safe return.
Okay.
And I'm sure that the pilgrims would be happy if you could locate their children as well, although I do not hold out hope for that.
It sounds like a worthy cause to investigate immediately.
Look at the children. 100 gold. 100 gold.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I knew that you would be the group to go. With that being said, would you like some directions into the Neverwinter Wood?
The
Yes,
Neverwinter
please.
Wood?
The Neverwinter Wood.
Oh, I guess this is different than the Crooked Forest. All right, yeah. Please do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
please do.
He gives you directions. They don't give them to me. Do
Understood,
you have
yeah.
any other questions, or are you going to venture forth?
Venture forth.
Yeah, I think we
I
should be all
suppose-
set. We'll go check it out.
We have all of our supplies.
I suppose
for
we
this
must be
journey.
casting off.
Yeah.
Casting off.
I think
Well,
we should.
I wish you
I-
safe travels, and I hope to see you again soon. And Harbin leaves the bar. Adventurers, how would you like to proceed?
We should check our
I'm not
stuff
too
to see what we
sure about
have.
this myself.
Yeah.
Ah, they did it again.
I want to do an inventory check real quick because Barbara Ann had some time to catch up with you guys after she came back. So I know we've gotten a total of 190 gold between the last two adventures now that we're keeping in the party fund. We have 2 potions of healing, 1 potion of climbing, and then we also have a +1 short sword, which I don't think Barbara Ann would use. So who would?
Looks like the pirate wants it.
The pirate rogue.
Okay,
looks like he wants
so Barbara Ann takes it out and says, "This looks like something that could be useful to you, you know."
This be a
So-
fine blade indeed.
Okay,
I shall make excellent use of it.
okay.
I would say, willing as the DM, that if there are things that you'd like to
Yeah.
purchase, just let me know. And
I've got all my supplies. And
Let's see here. We've got the potions of healing. Who would want to hold the potion of climbing? Who's most likely to try to use that? Anybody? Your ranger? Or...
I feel like my character used it in the adventure where we're up in the trees.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I might
Yeah.
take that off. Disregard. That's gone.
that's understandable. You were busy DMing during that.
Yeah. Now, Greg, what does Alexian fight with?
He has 2 scimitars.
2 scimitars. Okay.
Scimitar.
All right. So there's that.
Do you have
Is it-
both the potions, honey? Because we can maybe give one to somebody else so that
Yeah.
I have healing, you have healing, and then somebody else has a healing.
Let me double check. I might have one of them in my inventory.
I don't know if Regina had one. Let me.
I have one in.
Do I have a healing kit?
Not to meta too much, but Greg probably has second wind. Greg,
Yeah.
do you have second wind?
Let's see. Do I have that?
Regina
Yes, I
had
do.
one, so I could say that she passed it off to somebody on her way out the door.
So the second wind
Okay.
kind of counts
So-
as like a
So
healing potion, basically.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I guess
we should give one to John or to show enough.
Show enough. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Show
So
enough.
we'll say Regina took pity on
Yeah.
the poor pirate and gave him a potion of healing on her way
Before
to
she
her
journeyed.
important mission for important people.
So show enough has one. Barbarian has one.
A
Or
fine
two.
poppet you are.
Barbarian has 2.
No, Barbarian has one.
Has one.
The party should only have 2 total.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
I have one.
Gotcha. Okay. And Greg has his healing thing, and I have healing spells. So okay.
And
Sure enough has
the other.
Regina.
See the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So,
All right,
do we want to buy healing kits? Did I hear somebody ask about that?
I think I have one actually. Do I have one in there?
I think those were.
Oh no, it's
They're 5 gold. So
mess kit.
There's like 190 in the fund, right?
yeah. So if that's something people wanted to buy,
Well, I can take a healing kit probably. Let's see.
The medicine kit or whatever it is. I keep forgetting if it's healing kit or medicine kit, but you can spend an action to use one of the usages of it to stabilize somebody without making a medicine check.
Okay.
I would probably hold one, and then Alexian, it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to have one too, so that
The fighters.
we the more tanky people can get the more crunchy people on their feet if need, or at least
Yeah.
stabilize them. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I'll take 10 out of the party fund for 2
Okay.
kits, so that's down to 180.
Okay.
All right.
Which I'm just keeping on paper.
And then are we good to go?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. We're good to go.
It's called a
To make
medical kit.
healer's kit, I think.
Healer's kit. Okay.
Okay, so. Following Harbin's directions, you find a trail leading northward into the southern reaches of the Neverwinter Wood. It leads north for about a mile or so, and then it splits off in 3 different directions. How would you like to proceed?
So this is we're already in the woods and the trail has now split?
You're in the southernmost part of the woods. The trail is now in front of you in 3 different directions.
Can I make
You
a
can go
perception
right,
check?
left, or central. If you'd like to make a check, you may make a wisdom survival check. Does anybody want to help him?
Yes, I would like to help Shooter to make that check.
I have a good
to
survival.
See if we could figure out anything tracking wise where people might have gone.
So, Shooter, go ahead and make a survival check with advantage.
Okie doke. A 1 and a 1. No, I'm kidding. Not the best, but so I got a 15.
Okay. So you, based on that survival check, are very sure that the right trail is definitely where the elven tracks are leading.
Okay.
The rightmost trail.
The rightmost trail.
So you can
I-
the adventurers can either choose to take Shooter's lead on that, or you can do what you want.
I
You
point in
spy
that
something
direction.
with your eagle eye.
Yeah, I point in that direction and I say, "Tally-o, mates!"
Barbarian raises an eyebrow, but you think someone went that way?
Indeed.
All right. So she kind of turns to the others and shrugs and says, "Yeah, I guess we should. This is the best place to start."
I go over and I point out the tracks, even though you might not be
Always-
able to see them. I actually point them out on the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Should always trust your lookout in the crow's nest.
Okay. All right. So head to the right.
To the right.
Okay, so you're just gonna go down the rightmost trail?
Yep.
Okay.
It is the right trail.
Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh, I actually have advantage on those though.
Dexterity. Okay.
Nice. Natural 20 for 25.
Nice.
Nice.
15.
That's not terrible.
I don't have any 20 dices in
It's
there.
not great, but okay. So 13.
Okay. Ugh. I didn't pass it. I got a 2.
Okay, so sure enough, you got
15.
Shooter,
25.
Barbarian,
13.
and Alexian.
3.
Okay. So as you start walking down the trail to the right, all of a sudden you hear a big and a bunch of wooden thorns come pew 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 pewing out
Ouch.
from the trees around you.
Oh,
Everybody that, so Show Enough, Shooter, and Barbara Ann, you were lucky enough to dodge out of the way just in time, and you take 2 piercing damage.
I pin cushion.
And unfortunately, Alexian didn't hear it quite in time and got the brunt of the damage, taking 5 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Yowie.
Okay.
Do you want to continue down this trail?
Can we do anything to try to find the source?
Let's see.
Yeah, quickly.
Barbarian is.
Was it an obviously laid trap? I had to have been.
Yes, you
I guess the
definitely
question
ran
would be-
into a very obvious track. You get the feeling that might indicate that you're not going in the right direction.
Oh.
Okay.
Hmm.
Can I go back to the intersection and make another survival check?
You can indeed.
All right. Barbarian will help you again.
Because apparently you did such a great job of helping me last time. We fall into
Well,
a
do you
trap.
want to help me to make a
That's right.
survival check? I've got +2 on mine. It's
No,
not
no,
that
no.
yours should be better.
It is. It's higher.
Roll better.
Sure, if I'd be trusting our scouts now.
Okay, this time, I got the same thing, 15.
You're
Well-
still pretty sure that trail on the right might be the right one, but
I should try because I have good on mine. Should I try my hand at the roll?
you could, if you don't think that the rightmost trail is the right idea,
Okay.
then yeah.
Can
you try, Greg?
mine.
let me give you a hand there.
Okay. Thank
With
you. Nate.
advantage, Mr.
Thank you.
Gerg.
Okay.
Seems our crow lacks the eyes of an eagle.
No, mine isn't any better than what yours was. Mine is a 10.
With the roll of a 10, you think that the center trail might look so pretty good.
Oh, okay.
The center trail, you think, eh?
Something
Well-
tells me that the middle might be the place to go, maybe.
And we could scope it out.
Well,
I don't have a good.
This time, I shall attempt to be a little bit more on my guard.
I guess let's take a
Seems
look
we have-
down.
So what are you going to do about being on your guard?
Perception checks to keep an eye out for traps, since now
Yeah.
we know there are traps.
Okay. So if you want to do an active perception check, give me one of those.
Okay.
I
16.
will also try that, but go ahead, John.
You rolled a
Yeah.
16?
Yep.
Okay, so as you start to go down the central trail, you do see a pretty obvious sign that there are some large rocks precariously placed.
Avast, lubbers! It seems we have come across yet another trap meant to waylay us.
Okay. How can you see for us to avoid it, or at least Barbara Ann will probably start looking how would be a way to avoid it, or to get everybody off the trail and trigger it while they're not on the trail, or
That much I can do. Everybody, do I see an obvious trigger? Oh well, yeah, like for the pitfall.
You don't necessarily. You think, based on where you see these rocks, that you might be able to disable them.
Well, I could attempt to shore up those rocks a little bit, so at least they don't fall on us when we go by.
okay.
Alright.
If there's a mechanism you could disable or something, go for it.
Usually, these pitfall traps are fairly simplistic.
Do you, as a rogue, have any thieves' tools?
Did they come in my standard equipment?
It should be in your standard equipment.
Yep, it is in my standard equipment. So
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
I have these.
So you could do a check using your thieves' tools.
Okay, which
Do
is
something useful.
Dexterity check.
a standard dexterity check with
Yep.
proficiency.
Yep.
Do something useful. Do something useful.
Who let the bird in here?
Barbara Ann looks at Alexian and kind of shrugs and rolls her eyes.
24.
Nice. So without much trouble at all, you managed to disable this trap. But as you start walking further, you get the feeling that you still might not be on the right path. Do you want to check the traps carefully, or are you just going to kind of leave them disabled?
Checking for more traps. Let's see.
Like I'm saying, if you want to look at the rocks themselves, you might be able to discern something about the nature of how they were placed, or.
I suppose. I do have my passive perception, by the way, is 15.
Okay.
So if that, I don't know if that makes any checks automatically.
Right.
My
It
passive
would
is
have
15.
made your ability to see the trap automatically, but
Yeah.
All right.
It's all good.
I didn't think to ask that.
That's fine.
So what are you? Who was it that thought that was it you? Sure enough, who? You think that it might still be the wrong?
Are we going in the right direction?
Yeah,
You
Where the
get
traffic's
a
right
very
there.
strong inkling that the traps are probably a reason to believe that you're not going in the right direction.
All right.
Let's try and
Well-
inspect the rocks just to see if
Just
something.
looking for that in character excuse to turn around. All right. So,
Okay.
right,
Does
well-
someone want to check those rocks?
yeah, I'll definitely be checking. I guess
Okay,
I'll be checking the
Barbara
rocks.
Ann will help you to inspect the
Okay.
rocks.
Make
Okay.
an Arcana check for me with advantage.
Oh,
Mm.
I'll say that you're sharing information back and forth
Yeah.
on your arcane knowledge.
Oh,
DM call.
It's good.
Sorry.
it's okay.
It's good.
Well, if to make an Arcana check, I'm actually probably one of the
you're
ones.
probably
that,
the best one, or
although
maybe.
ironically,
Shooter.
no, that is not one of the skills that I took.
Well,
But
I
still,
have a -1, so
still, I
I'm
got a
not.
15.
Okay, 15 is good enough to let you know that actually you're quite sure that they're not natural traps. They're powered by a pretty powerful fey magic, fairy magic.
I think we'd be having fairy troubles in these woods.
Okay. So I wonder if the fey magic powered the thorns that hit us on the other trail.
I think that'd be likely.
Is there another trail we haven't tried yet?
There was the left path. We could check that
You've
one
gone
very
down the
carefully
right and
too.
central.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I guess let's try the left, just in case. I mean, Shooter, you said you saw Elvish tracks on the right one, but it's possible they could have faked that, or she could have doubled back or something.
But if the fairies of the forest are helping out this elven lass, I wonder what that could imply.
I don't know that they might have helped her so much as they might have taken her, especially if they have something to do with this stone. She thinks if it's actually here, maybe they're guardians or something.
You think this puppet may be in trouble then?
I pretty
That's
sure that's
pretty-
what
yes.
that's what Harbin seemed to think. So
Well then,
seems like a fair guess based on what we've seen in these parts so far.
Being tricked, we are. Being tricked.
if false trails they're setting, then
Yeah.
we should take the trail they did not.
Let's try the
Send us
left
down.
and see if we can check it carefully, and hopefully there's not more of the same, but we should still check it to be thorough.
The path less traveled.
Here we are.
Thank you, Robert Frost.
I would guess our roguey friend should go in front because he's the trapper.
Oh.
I shall go.
Yeah, I'll go ahead with him and help him just look for stuff. That's-
You said
Yeah.
your passive perception's 15?
Mine is, yes.
Mine is as well.
Okay, so with that passive perception, you notice as you're going down the leftmost trail that there are no traps in sight, and you feel a strong pull that this is the right direction.
Okay.
Arr.
Talio, mate.
right. So you go
The direction
forward.
senses are tingling.
What's tingling?
Too much talk about tingling.
Not the bad
no.
tingles.
No bad touch.
Oh God. Okay. So now that you feel very strongly that you're on the right path, you continue to go deeper into these Neverwinter woods. And as you continue to walk, you see that the path ahead is swamped with butterflies. Hundreds and hundreds of butterflies.
Oh.
Some rest on flowers, and some are frolicking along the ground. Some flit in the air. You've never seen so many creatures all in one place in your life. As you continue on the path, they suddenly move as if they're one, arranging themselves in two lines that flank this path, as if providing you with a clear lane to travel in. The hover is frantic, and their wings are beating quickly, but the creatures themselves are staying in place in mid-air.
It's magic.
Right.
You can do anything.
I do believe we should perhaps
I
stick.
didn't even say it.
I know.
I believe that we should perhaps
uh,
continue to track on still waters.
Shooter the Ranger, and have you ever seen anything like this? Does this seem like these creatures maybe want help? Or
Are you daft? No, I'm not. Just mimicking things I've heard.
So, Shooter, since Barbara Ann is asking if this is something that you asked him if he would recognize this, correct?
yeah.
Behavior?
I mean, he's a ranger, so instinctively she would wonder if maybe he knows more woods lore than she does.
Well, forest is my favorite
Yeah.
terrain. I don't know if there's anything in the adventure that is applicable to that, but
Ooh, that would give you
But forest is
advantage
my
on
favorite
certain
terrain.
checks, right?
yes,
Like survival checks.
I would have rolled survival with advantage regardless, but
Yeah.
it's fine that
Okay.
you were helping.
Yeah.
So, since we want to know if Shooter knows anything about these strange butterflies, give me a nature check.
Nature check, okay.
And while he's doing that, I'd maybe like to make an insight check on their behavior.
Sure, you can do an insight check as well. You said a 10?
10.
They look like butterflies to you.
No, I haven't.
Are we using passive insight?
You can.
Because otherwise, because I didn't roll higher than my passive insight, which is 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Insight is wisdom. They look like butterflies to you.
So no real idea. of what they
You're
might
not
be
really
trying
getting
to
much
do.
of a idea of why they're doing what they're doing.
Well, perhaps we should keep on sailing.
Barbarian still has this worry that it seems like they might need help, but I don't know if there's anything that she would try to recall based on that.
Well, if help they be needing, a direction they have given.
If you wanted to recall something, what would you?
Usually you make
Wanna-
you make an intelligence check to recall
Based on
information
her
about things.
guardian's
Okay.
experience, I guess, yeah, probably.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
Okay. That is not her best skill, but let's see how this goes.
You wanted to recall.
Yeah.
Can I,
Nope, that's a 5.
can I look a little closer?
They look like butterflies.
Can I look a little closer at the creatures to see what I see based upon my travels?
Sure. You could also give me a nature check if you like.
Can I do? Let's see. I was gonna say, can I do an investigation, an insight, or No.
If you want to see if you notice anything, I would need you to do a nature check,
Okay. Let's try it.
please, and thank you. That's what the module says.
Oh, I got a 4, so I can't tell anything.
Oh man, we suck.
They look like butterflies.
A whole lot of us.
Oh, it's like everybody trying to perform in halfway in the first adventure. Wah, wah.
So as you guys are scratching your heads and trying desperately to figure out
Yeah.
what the F is going on with bees,
Yeah.
suddenly The butterflies clear away, and in their absence, the characters, you see a large, clear gem. It's roughly the size of a human fist.
Oh.
And examining it, you notice that it's made of an unusual crystal. It's unlike anything you've ever encountered. Would you like to examine it further?
Yes.
I have a sneaking suspicion that this may be this previously mentioned dream stone.
The stone.
Seen in a dream.
Are we in a dream?
I want to make sure we treat this place respectfully, but yeah, we should check this.
I guess I will. Let's see.
That's interesting, I reckon.
I reckon.
Barbarian kind of looks at Sure Enough and Shooter and says, I would think you both might be better to try to figure out, what this actually is.
Oh yeah, just look it over my skill list here real quick.
I know it looks valuable, but
this is a yes or no question. Do you want to examine the crystal or not?
yes.
Yes.
So yes. Very well. Nah, we'll leave it. This is way too suspicious for me. I am not going to have any of this mumbo jumbo. No, I'm going back to the city.
So, as you look into the crystal, within it, a vision appears. A beautiful elven face framed with dark hair speaks, although the voice sounds only in your minds. One butterfly is red as blood. 3 butterflies are orange as sunset. 4 butterflies are yellow as gold. 7 butterflies are green as leaves. 11 butterflies as blue as water. What 2 colors are the rest of the butterflies, and how many of each color are there?
Oh, I hate riddles.
Can you read those off again, Tara?
Yeah, I need this. Yeah, I'm sorry.
1 is red as blood. 3 are orange as sunset. 4 are yellow as gold. 7 green as leaves. 11 blue as water. What 2 colors are the rest, and how many of each are there?
Shooter says, fascinating.
When did you beat the professor?
And Alexian says, I hate riddles. Because I do.
Find my notepad. There we go. So,
1 blood
anything
red.
you say is assumed to be spoken as your characters, and if you say a color or a number that is not one of the 2 correct answers, something may happen.
Oh,
jeez.
So, okay. So, sorry. One more time. I finally found my notepad. Please.
Oh, you want me to read it again?
Just one more time, please.
You said the word 1. He did actually say the word 1. I told you it was assumed to be spoken in character. I won't be that big of a troll. Okay, so 1 butterfly is red as blood. 3 butterflies are orange as sunset. 4 yellow as gold. 7 green as leaves.
7.
11 blue as water. As you're thinking about this riddle, you notice that the butterflies seem to be following you around.
I think I have an answer.
Okay. What be your answer, sir?
Waiting for the others.
You're not going to get an answer from me, so.
I think I do too.
It didn't say we all had to answer the question.
As you're standing around waiting for people to confer, a couple of butterflies come storming at Alexian, turning into razor-sharp wings and hitting you for 2 slashing damage.
Oh,
That's terrible.
we be on the clock, it seems.
I
Very well.
Wow, it's crazy, but I had like 2 on my thing here for some reason.
I do
Wow.
believe that there be 18 indigo and 29 violet butterflies.
That is correct, the
How
elven
did
face
you get
says.
that?
nice job. I got the numbers and you got the colors. That's awesome.
You are wise. You must know that beauty and hideousness, innocence and guilt, peace and violence, these are all 2 sides of the same coin. When that coin is tossed, it can land on either side. Speak the names of the 2 innocents to free them from their fate.
Malakavenya.
Now that you have solved the riddle, you are free to take what has now been revealed as the Dreamstone to you. Do you choose to take it?
Aye.
Okay. So as you take this
A hefty lump
Dreamstone,
sum this could fetch us.
good job, guys. Thank you. Show enough, I'm going to give you inspiration for coming up with the correct
Sweet. Thank you.
answer to said riddle and being brave enough to answer it while Alexian got hit by razor sharp butterfly wings.
Was that my punishment for not trying?
Yes.
Greg, I have absolutely no idea what the answer to that riddle is. I have no clue whatsoever.
It was a math pattern. I had the numbers, but I didn't remember the traditional rainbow. So I'm really glad John did. 'Cause I wouldn't-
Well, see, when you
I was
said
going to
it, I
guess
was
different colors.
thinking
So,
red
yeah.
Roy G. Biv. It was like right there. I didn't even think about it after writing it down. I'm like,
Alright.
So,
Never go
hold
against
on,
a pirate
hold on.
when death
Chris,
is on the line.
Chris wants to know. Chris does not understand what the
Okay.
riddle is.
So
Okay, so the butterflies were the colors of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
Okay, I did not know the colors of the rainbow, so I would not have got that at all.
And
The
the
math
numbers
pattern-
were the
They were the 2
Fibonacci
added up
series.
to the next one. So 1 plus 3 was 4. 3 plus
Gotcha.
4 was 7. 4 plus 7 is 11.
Gotcha.
okay.
Thank you. I appreciate
Cool.
that.
So, with the Dreamstone now in hand, you continue down the path. The path continues north with an obvious trail of elven footprints as you proceed. Without warning, the sunlight is all of a sudden blotted out by a thick blanket of clouds rolling in at an alarming rate.
Uh-oh.
It leaves the forest in total darkness. The sounds of chirping insects, which have been serenading you along the path, also ceases abruptly. You're now in total darkness. What would you like to do?
Got a bad
I will-
feeling about this.
Yes. I will reach down, pick up a stone, and cast light on it.
Okay, so you cast light on the stone.
So at least I can see what's around.
All right.
I
Against
light my torch, which I have a
Excellent.
torch.
Cool. Thank you. Against all reason, the lack of light causes a previously unseen object in the path ahead to radiate a sickly black light. Whatever's causing this dark light rises from the ground and begins moving toward you. Oh boy.
So
This
are
piece
we,
of... Oops, sorry.
are we only able to see this because we have light?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
It is a piece of black crystal identical in shape and size to the previous crystal that is now in your possession.
The Dreamstone.
As it rises from the ground, you all of a sudden see a terrible sight. The wailing of children's voices fill your mind as the object's dark light washes over you. And then you see them. In front of you, the light coalesces into the forms of two children, a boy and a girl, crawling with spasmodic lunges toward each other. Their bodies merge with a sickening crack, pop, and the breaking of bones and snapping sinew.
Ugh.
When the terrible transformation is complete, you see a horrid, dog-like creature with 2 heads, 8 flailing limbs, a gaping maw full of gnashing teeth, and the creature hurls itself toward you. Roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I knew this forest be cursed.
Well, we tried speaking their names to set them free, but something was wrong.
Yeah, I said their name at the time, but it didn't seem to do anything.
Everything's been corrupted. We've seen that so far. All right, roll for initiative.
I'm going to try it again, though.
Bollocks.
Right. Oh, got an 8.
I guess I need to roll for initiative, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, mine is 2.
that was not a poker face.
If that's any consolation prize, mine is 2.
Give me one moment.
Sure.
This is the first time I will ever run an encounter.
Not true. Well, sort of.
That wasn't a very easy to run battle royale. The DM's creatures don't have initiative modifiers, right?
Typically they do.
It's their dex bonus.
It's just their dex bonus.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go around and have you guys give me your initiative. So let's start with Show Enough.
8.
Okay. Shooter.
12.
Lexian.
2.
And Barbara 25.
Oh no. She's a strength fighter. That's no. This is 10.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I
So
can only hope they're lower than I am, but that's probably not possible.
all right. So our initiative order for those in the back is going to be Shooter, Barbara Show Enough, the children, and Alexian.
Ugh.
Lexian, bring it up the rear.
All right.
He said rear.
Poop. Bollocks. Poop.
All right, Shooter. So a pretty awful sight just came towards you. What would you like to do?
I say, Malik and Fenya.
So you choose to speak their names?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you speak the names to this horrible creature, all of a sudden the appearance changes to what looks like 2 normal dogs.
Oh.
Okay.
2
Okay.
dogs.
Are you going to choose to do anything else with your turn?
I'm going to ready along my longbow. I'm going to knock an arrow in my longbow, and I'm going to ready, and I'm going to ready to basically make a ranged attack against something that damages me.
Okay.
If I get damaged by a creature, even though it'll be at disadvantage because it'll be right next to me, I will shoot it with my longbow if I get damaged by a creature.
Okie doke. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Alrighty. So Barbarian, or half-orc barbarian.
That's a tricky situation. Let's see here. So they just turned into 2 normal dogs. Are they still behaving aggressively?
Yes. They're no longer 2-headed, though.
No longer 2-headed. Okay. All right. She is going to let's see here. try to say, children, let us help you. I'm trying to think if there's any... Would animal handling help? Do I even have... Am I any good at that? Sorry. Is there a way to make a check to try to see if I can calm the dogs?
You don't think that there's any way that you can calm them down, no. But
Okay.
the fact that this particular, that it's no longer a two-headed dog and is now two individual dogs, makes
Okay.
you believe that they're probably not that strong anymore.
Okay. So seeing that they aren't responsive but still don't seem like as big of a threat, she's going to draw her longsword. Let's see here. And she's going to also ready action to basically, if they rush at her, she'll step up so she's in the very front of the party. And just be ready that if one of them rushes at her in an attack, she would try to basically hit it with the flat to try to knock it out if they rush her.
Okay.
So
Barbara is readied.
Yep.
Okay. Ready to attack if they...
Yeah,
approach.
and she's basically putting herself in the front, so hopefully they would rush at her first if they do decide to do that.
We didn't really discuss a marching order for you guys. But
You just want to keep this a theater of the mind fight, Sarah?
yeah.
Because we could use minis, but you can theater of the mind it if you want. It's fine.
Okay. I would say that the dogs are probably like 30
Yeah.
feet from you right now.
Okay, sounds
She
good.
kind of shouts back at the others, try to knock them out. We don't know, we might still be able to save them.
Okay. Is that your turn? All right. Sure enough, our human pirate rogue.
Sure enough, be very unsure about this situation as well.
So you're not sure enough.
He is not sure enough about this situation. So he will draw his short sword +1, but take the dodge action.
Okay. So sure enough is dodging.
Just to see what they do first.
Well, you're about to find out. All right, so the dogs have watched you, even though they're now separated. They have watched you guys pretty much do nothing. And dog number 1 rushes right on up to Barbara, who has put herself right in front, and attempts to make a bite. Ah.
Okay, so the readied action, her attack would go off first.
Yep.
So she tries to smack it with the flat of her sword. Let's see here. Can I do that? How does that trigger?
Your trigger was being attacked, right?
Right.
So you
Yeah.
use your reaction and you respond to the...
Yes. I was looking at my reckless attack feature, which is making
gotcha.
an attack on my turn, so I do not think that I can use that
No.
in a reaction attack. So
No,
I
it's
was
just like multi-attack.
clarifying
You
that.
can't multi-attack unless you're using your action
Yeah,
for it.
exactly. So I just wanted to check. Some of those things are whenever you make an attack, depending
them
on
are.
what features they are. So that's
Some
why I
will
was...
say like only on your
Okay.
turn.
So with her great sword, she's going to hit an AC 20.
That will hit.
Okay. So... and then... Not the best damage, but okay. So it's going to hit for 9 slashing.
Okay, 9
Actually,
slashing.
Yeah,
Whoop.
9 slashing.
Oh.
Yeah, she's not raging. She doesn't get a bonus on top of that. So, yeah.
But you, okay.
Yeah.
So you swing your sword, and with the flat of it, you whack the dog really hard across the head. And the body of the dog all of a sudden disappears. And in its place, you see one very weak, crying child.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, her face kind of crumples a little bit, but she's also
Arr.
it's
Arr, put them out of their misery!
sweetie.
No.
She glares at Sharanath.
You see a hysterically crying
No, he
girl.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So with that, Dog B is also going to rush up and go after Barbran, who has just hurt his friend.
Okay.
All right. So it's going to lunge at you with a bite attack.
Sure.
For AC 12.
That will miss. She
Okay.
sidesteps.
And it's going to try another bite attack.
Okay.
For AC 15.
That matches, so it hits.
Okay. Sorry, not prepared. That's going to hit you for 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
And you must make a Constitution saving throw for me.
All right.
Because you're a creature, right? Are you all considered creatures?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just trying to check and see if there's anything about my half-orcness that would affect that. Sorry. I don't think so. Sure. Okay, so yeah. All right. Let's not suck. I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, no. So-
Oh, wait, actually, I do still have inspiration from 2 adventures ago, so I'm going to try to use that now. Let's do that.
I think I'll let that happen.
That's better. Okay. That'll be a 19.
Okay. So
All right. Perfect.
you managed to avoid the particularly grossness on the teeth of this particular dog.
Okay.
Just narrowly. Narrowly. All right. And that's it for the puppers and crying child.
She grimaces and goes, knock her out, somebody. Or knock him out.
Does the crying child look injured?
The crying child does not look injured, but does look hysterical and crying
Okay.
and weak.
Okay.
Alexian, you're up. Changeling Vital.
Where is the gem, or can I still see that thing?
The gem is still where the dogs came out of it. So it's about 30 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm trying to see. I can probably get up there and do something to it. But, all right. So I guess I'm going to try to go at the jewel and attack it.
Okay. You certainly could do that. So you're going to swing at the jewel?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so attack number 1. That's going to be 21 to hit.
Your sword seems to crack down on the crystal, but it doesn't do anything.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's a wasted attack. Even though it was for 12.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
wasn't wasted. We now know something we didn't know before.
Okay. So is the other one still near me? The other dog?
Well, you moved about
Oh, I moved
30
away from it.
feet
Got it.
to go to
Got
the
it.
crystal, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm away. Okay. So I guess I attack it again. Why not?
How
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
Because you're using your offhand attack?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, that's
gotcha.
right. 2-handed
Gotcha.
attack. Yeah.
Okay, so that one's going to be for 17.
You swing your sword again, and it makes a really pretty sparky thing, but it doesn't seem to do
Okay.
anything to the crystal. The dog doesn't even seem to notice either.
Okay. I just had to check that just to be sure.
Of course, it's fine. Do you have any more shenanigans, or is that your
That's
turn?
my turn.
Okay. So as Alexian swings at the crystal mightily, and nothing seems to happen, this young girl is still crying on the ground, And all of a sudden, out of the crystal, you see 3 more dogs appear.
Oh. Do we remember if there was more missing things? More missing
It wouldn't
people?
surprise me
You
at
weren't
all.
told about any other missing children. But
Doesn't mean that there may not have been from another time.
true. So
Perhaps
at the
we
top
should-
of round
Perhaps we
2,
should- Sorry.
at the top of round 2, we now have one crying child, one of the dogs that was originally conjoined. 3 new dogs have joined the field. And we are back up to Shooter, our Kenku Ranger.
Okay, is
Perhaps we
anybody bloodied?
Nope.
I think so.
Nope.
Craig, you've been hit a couple of times. You've taken damage multiple
Oh.
times.
No, I'm not bloody though.
You're not bloodied. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to say something, but it's not my turn actually, so I have to wait for my turn.
Excuse me.
You're continuing your.
Like roast weekend.
Let's see.
The dogs are snarling and dripping and.
Oh boy.
I'm going to fire my longbow at one of the new dogs.
You want C, D, or E?
I'll go for C.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Oh
Natural
no.
1.
Ouch.
Your bow seems to. You let go of your arrow, and the arrow flies right over the dog's head in between his ears, and he snaps his maw at it as it goes.
It goes twang.
Okay. I'm going to stow my bow and then I'll be done.
Okay. Thank you, Shooter. Barbara, you're up. You've got 1 dog next to you and 3 dogs 30 feet away.
Okay. All right, she's gonna approach the other one. Let's see here. How do I want to do? Let's see here. She's feeling a little more vulnerable. She is gonna enter her rage, but she still keeps enough of her senses to kind of shout at everybody. Try to knock them all out. Who has the white crystal? Maybe it matches with the dark. And so she...
She said the dark crystal.
Right. The elf chick talked about balance, so she is going to swing with the flat of her sword at the second, which she hopes to be child. She is going to go reckless on that, just to have herself more assurance that she'll hit with what she needs to. So, gives her advantage on the attack. And it will let's see here, any other creature that attacks her will have advantage. But anyway, at
Okay.
least the damage will be reduced.
Which of us does have the crystal?
I thought
I do.
maybe Sure Enough does.
Sure enough does.
Pretty sure the
Yeah,
pirate stole that
so-
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of looked back at him because she was pretty sure, but yeah, it's
Pretty
so.
sure.
But meanwhile, she's
Pretty
gonna try
sure.
to. Ha,
Ah,
unintentional
quite-
hunting.
Not
Ha, ha, ha.
quite sure
Alright,
enough.
Child number 2.
Show enough.
Not spectacular. Will...
Ninja, please.
I wish
Oh.
we'd recorded that one.
So let's see here. That's gonna be AC 13 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, so I'm glad she rolled with advantage because that would have sucked otherwise. So that is going to hit with the flat for, let's see here, 10 slashing on the second one.
Okay. With the mighty blow of your sword, once again, so great. All of a sudden, you see the vision of the dog. Poof! And a young boy rolls out in a similar position to the young lady, very weak looking,
Okay.
crying hysterically.
She's gonna kind of step around them and kind of like try to like say like it's okay, and kind of get between the children and the 3 other dogs, and end her turn.
Okay. They're quite visibly shaken by your presence, and still crying.
She's a half orc, but she's like in her. It's okay. It's probably not helping them to feel better, but she's trying.
All right, show enough.
Yes, sir. All right, please.
Show enough.
Show enough. Thanks.
Are you gonna do something? Show enough.
You can't have a name like Short Enough and not expect us to say show enough.
No, I completely expected it. I totally expected it. No, sorry, my brain locked up for a second.
Chris, I'm sending you a quick message.
Okay.
He says, perhaps, but more children means more reward. Let all the dogs out. Ha ha. So rather than do anything with the crystal, he is instead going to move up and attack one of the new dogs.
Okay.
Again with the flat of his blade. Also with the flat of his blade, because it seems to be working.
Sweet. +1 short sword.
Yep. +1 short sword. And
actually, this could be relevant. Does me stepping past the children put me next to the dogs? Or is
they were
there
30
like
feet away from
30
you.
feet away.
They were 30 feet away. Okay, so no, I won't be helping you with sneak attack. All right, just wanted to clarify.
No.
Thank you.
That's okay.
All right. So, Show Enough is taking a swing at which dog?
Well, C is there, so I'll take C.
Okay.
Maybe. Hits AC 11.
AC 11, your sword goes poof, right over its ears.
Okay, then I will cunning action disengage and come back to the party.
Okay. And is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of turn.
Okay, so the death dogs, now having conjured themselves right next to Alexian and seeing some fresh meat, Dog C is going to come around you, Alexian, to flank with Dog D.
Oh boy.
And he's going to make a bite attack at you for AC 12.
That will miss.
Okay. Snaps his jaw and it misses you very narrowly, so he bites at you again. That's going to be AC 14.
That will also miss.
He snarls frantically at his inability to hit you. And Dog D steps up. He's also now flanking you. So he's going to also try to bite you with his mighty teeth. That's going to be AC 12.
That will miss.
He rears back, angry at their inability to hit you. Bites again. AC 14.
That will miss.
And you just can't get past your armor. Yeah.
You're playing a tank in 2 games, Greg.
Dog.
Taking it in both.
So Dog E, noticing. Oh, actually, they're not very intelligent. So he's gonna bite at you too.
Oh,
AC 9.
that will miss.
Won't do it. Bites at you a second time, and like a dog going after a sky raisin, misses completely. So that will be their turn. So Alexian, you're up.
Oh boy. And I
They'll
assume
have
they're
3
near
dogs, one on each side of you.
me. Okay.
Each
Well,
of
I guess
3 out of 4 sides of you.
I'll attack one on my left.
And we'll call that dog C.
Okay, so C gets attack number 1.
Theater of the mind, man.
Theater of the
It's all
mind.
good.
So that is going to be 11 to hit.
That will miss.
Okay. And attack number 2.
He's a tank too, Greg.
That is going to be for 24 to
That
hit.
will hit.
And
Pretty
it's gonna
close.
be for 4. Oh wait, I pop him with this the flat. on
Sapping damage.
Is it more than 1 hit point?
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, the dog disappears before your eyes.
Oh, another fighting
And-
child. Or just
There's no
poops.
child this time. The dog just poops.
Oh,
Arr. No more
Yeah.
reward.
Well, we don't know.
So that's Alexian's turn.
that it
So
is.
going into round 3, we have 2 crying children and 2 out of 3 dogs left on the battlefield. Shooter, our Kenku Ranger.
Okay. I will draw a dagger, and I'll. Can I flank with Greg with Alexian, one of the ones that's attacking him?
Yes, you can go for D or E. 'Cause
Okay. I'll try to whack that one with the little blade of my dagger.
you know, whack a dog.
You can hit it with the pommel. Bonk.
Yeah. Flip it around, hit it on the back of the head. Okay. That would be AC 21
That'll hit.
for 5.
That will make the doggy go boop, with a little.
Okay.
So,
I am done.
all right,
Actually,
Barbara Ann.
I'll move over 1 square to leave room for somebody else to flank.
All right, so we only have one more dog left.
There's
One
one
dog.
dog left.
Okay,
He's about
So
30 feet away
she'll-
from you.
she'll move into flanking with that one.
Okey-doke.
Let's see. So she'll swing. That has advantage already. Okay, that is going to hit for AC 22.
That'll
And
hit.
hit for another. It's actually 12. Yeah, with sapping damage. So
Is it more than one?
it's more than
Yeah.
one.
The doggy goes.
So she's gonna look back at Sure Enough and go, "Merge the stupid stones!" Impatient half orc that she is.
Might be more kids. I don't know. Apparently not.
So the last dog that was on the battlefield now disappears before your eyes, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're left with nothing but a stone that appears to no longer be active, and 2 very, very frantic, hysterical children lying on the ground crying.
Okay.
We're no longer in battle mode.
Okay.
I am no
Go
wet
for it.
nurse.
I try to calm one of them.
So
Yeah.
I'll go pick up the stone.
Of course you will.
Everything's going to
More
be all
treasure.
right.
Everything.
Everything's going to be all right. And I try to
Right.
Lullaby, rockabye.
persuade
Yeah.
a child to calm down.
All right. If you want
Yeah.
to try to persuade them, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
4.
They look at your bird beak and all of a sudden seem to be even more shaken than they were
Aw.
originally.
Yeah.
Shooter says,
Are-
Shiza!
None of you know.
Barbarian kind of comes over and tries to scoop them both into a gentle hug and kind of hum like a lullaby from her childhood.
Give me a persuasion
So-
check.
Sure. Let's see how that goes. That's-
Your audio's cutting out there, Sarah.
Oh, sorry.
It does when she gets louder. That headset, it's like it cuts itself. It's like a
Clips
response. Yeah, it clips it. Okay.
I think it's the high pitch.
I still can't hear you, Sarah.
Oh man,
Looking out
that's
here.
not very. 6. My dice hate me.
No, this is weird. Orc thing. Why with the monsters keep
Not even know how to deal with it.
She tries to offer some food.
Alright. I've,
They absolutely won't take food from you now.
Oh.
Oh,
She kind of looks at Alexian and says, "Isn't there something about your ability? Can't you make
Oh.
yourself look like something
I
more
changed
comforting?"
into a rabbit or something that that they would
No,
like.
Greg, you don't have polymorph.
Oh no, I don't.
No.
You can just change your appearance.
You can make yourself look like a woman or a man or maybe some
Like
other
a motherly figure.
Okay,
Yes.
I try to do that.
Don't hyperventilate, Sarah.
To get motherly, so it's like.
Something the turtle.
Alexian now has missiles.
boobs.
So Greg just put his hands on his chest and moved them out like he was growing boobs.
Okay, kids, you'll be fine.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh man.
I can't.
No
believe you keep
advantage. He tried so hard.
Okay, I'll give you advantage on it because you're so funny about it.
You did the booby motion.
You did the boob emotion. Boobs make all the advantage.
Oh, geez, it didn't even work. I got like a 5 and a 2.
Well, what's the total?
Hold on. So that would be a what check?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
So it would be a 6.
Our dice hate us.
Lovers. Land lovers be hopeless. Don't even know how to deal with children.
What is wrong with these people? Why are you killing our daughter?
Let me show you a little trick that I learned.
Let me show you something.
Having to deal with a,
Don't you be showing something.
I'm playing with your sack.
Oh, whoa.
They're children,
Nope.
man.
We're
I
off.
will use prestidigitation to try
magic.
to entertain them with some sparkling lights.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. With advantage. No.
Mama didn't have any boobies.
19, you all suck.
There we go. Pirate
Yes.
John to the rescue.
At the light show that the pirate makes at them, all of a sudden they calm down dramatically.
Nice work.
Tiny things. And you think that you might actually be able to get information out of them now that they have stopped hysterically whining.
Okay.
Okay.
So, tell me about your nightmares that you just had. No. No.
Barbarian kind of says, I promise I'm not scary to you, only to things that would hurt you. Can you tell us what happened to you? How did you end up here?
We were wandering through the wood. The sister starts to speak. And we were in a place that looked like here, but it was so dark and the paths, they got so twisted. And it was only about a mile or so ahead of here when we saw a small cottage, and it was growing so brightly with the dark that it was almost painful to our eyes.
All right. So did you go up to the cottage?
We did, but it was very odd, you know. There was laughing and screaming coming from the home, and we went up to the window even though the light was so blinding, and in the window we saw an elf in the cage, and it was being questioned by two ugly old women. They were talking about some sort of changes, but their words and their accents, they were just so strange. We've never heard anything like it.
You said they were asking about changes, though?
We had no idea what they were talking about, but we know it was something terrible that was happening.
Okay.
You really need to help that elf.
Can
Yeah,
you
we're
take
here.
us?
Oh.
Can you plot a course for us to this
So the
cabin of
cottage.
yours?
Are we going there on the Enterprise?
We can tell you how to get there, but we won't go anywhere near that cottage again. It was scary. Something terrible is happening in there.
Okay.
That's
All
okay.
right.
There
We'd
can be
Fascinating.
yellow-bellied
We'll take
lovers if you like.
directions, and then I mean, we didn't. How long of a walk was it for us to get into the woods in the first place?
I think you said only was like a mile.
It was only like a mile or two so far.
Okay,
Yeah, we could
I'd almost
take it
say
back
we
easy.
kind of get them inside of the village and get them back home
To their
before we go
family.
back to the cabin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
They
long walk. Let's
indicate
drag
that
'em
they're
with us.
feeling pretty confident that they could find a place to hide to wait for you if
Okay.
you want to leave them behind.
Okay. All right. I'll
They
leave
feel
it.
safe in this part of the forest, but they
If you
won't go
can-
any farther down that path.
Okay. All right. We can do that.
Okay.
You will be safe here, my child.
Ranger helps to camouflage them.
Shooter be shooting crazy.
I leave them the lit stone. Sure.
You leave them some light.
Yeah, the lit.
They appreciate that immensely. Are you going to
Okay.
take the nightmare stone?
I already
Oh,
did.
That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
The black
yes.
one.
The pair.
And nightmare.
I pick up. So now I've got both stones.
Okay.
Barbarian kind of looks at you and says, "What happens if you put them
John's
together?"
got some stones.
A nice
Literally.
big, a nice pair of shiny ones.
Black and white.
One's black and one's white.
Right?
Yeah.
I am not doing that. By the way.
You're not.
Help you. Yeah. Okay.
I am keeping them separate.
Oh, you're
Okay.
keeping them separate?
Yep.
Okay.
What about the balance?
I've got both, one in one hand. That's pretty balanced. Yes.
Balance. So as you encourage the kids to stay out of sight and continue down the path that they described to find the cottage. Okay. True to this description given by Malak and Ifenya, a small cottage rests in a clearing. It's barely 15 feet to a side, with pine-shingled walls that likely do little to keep out the cold. Through open windows, you can hear the sounds of shrieks. Some might be laughter, others might be angry shouts, but there's no lack of cackling.
Ah.
Shonuff mentioned that he'd like to go look in the cottage. Are you guys going to follow him?
Allow me to
Yes.
to
Yeah.
Let's all go up there.
sneak a peek at the cabin and report what I see.
So, as you sneak up to the cabin, the scene inside this cottage is just as the children described. An elven woman, matching Harbin's description of Delcy, is locked in a small cage in the corner of the room. Two horrid-looking women, pock-marked and dirty and covered in oozing sores, are shrieking at her. What would you like to do?
Fascinating.
Anything else I can see around in the room? Just the two ladies and the one in the cage. No, like.
Anything else you can see or notice? You can make a perception check.
Okay. 23. What are you gonna come up with?
Okay. John's trolling me. This is great. Ah.
Like, is it a metal locked cage or like a wooden cage? Simple wooden cage? Is it...
You can tell that she's locked in a cage, but she doesn't seem all that upset to be in there.
So she's just kind of taking their shrieks and cackles in stride.
She almost seems to be shrieking along with them.
Interesting.
They almost seem to be arguing with her.
Do you share that with the rest of us, John?
Yeah. But I'm thinking if we could but distract the two crones, then I may be able to unlock the elven lady's cage from here.
Okay, I like raise up a clawed hand when you mention distraction, And I'm going to use a Kenku feature.
Okay.
Called, mimicry. I mean, it may not work, but I'm going to try it because it's a thing I can do. It says you can mimic sounds you have heard. A creature can tell these sounds or imitations with an insight check opposed by your deception check. We're still in the woods, right, Sarah?
You are still outside the cottage, yes.
Outside the cottage, okay. This may be a little bit of a stretch, but I want to try to mimic a sound that would catch the attention and potentially frighten the witches or the ladies, the crones, whatever they are. So I'm going to try to reproduce the sound of burning wood, like maybe like the outside of the cabin is on fire or the woods are on fire. I'm going to try to mimic that sound using my mimicry ability to see if I can draw the attention of the ladies.
Okay.
When I hear him start to do that, I will cast Prestidigitation to make like lights to go along with the sound.
Glowing red and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. So I assume I need to make a deception check because deception is opposed by insight. So they would hear it and they would try to figure out if it was real or not.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a deception check.
And I'm basically kind of helping him, so would that be with advantage?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Okay. Deception with advantage. Here we go. Opposed by their insight checks.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a 15.
Okay. You do manage to pull their attention for a moment, but they do not leave the cottage.
It's enough. It's okay. Maybe enough for a distraction. I have an ability as a my class ability. Where is it? Mage Hand Ledger Domain. So when you cast Mage Hand, you can make the spectral hand invisible, store or retrieve your objects, or use thieves' tools to pick locks and disarm traps at range. You can disguise this with a sleight of hand check, and you can use the bonus action granted by your cunning action to control the hand. So I am going with the crones distracted as much as we can hope for. I am going to attempt to mage hand my thieves' tools over to the lock and pick the lock. It's probably going to require both thinking a sleight of hand check to avoid detection, and
We're hoping the distraction would help to avoid the detection.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. Normally, a sleight of hand check would be necessary to avoid being seen.
Okay. Well, hold on to that thought.
Okay.
So, just as you attempt to spring into action, you suddenly and inexplicably find yourself standing in the middle of the room with the two hags and the elf.
Ooh.
Oh.
All three quite surprised to see you. The elf claps slowly from her cage. You see? You should have helped me rather than trying to stop me. I'll have my way in the end. As suddenly as you appeared, the elf disappears from her cage. One of the hags rolls her eyes. Thanks for nothing, she croaks. I'm never gonna get my spleen pie made if this keeps up.
Oh boy.
Roll for initiative.
Oh.
Are they going to try to bake a blackbird into a pie now?
Well, they pulled your character, right, Sean?
No, everybody.
Oh, everybody bamfed into the middle? Oh, okay, I misheard.
All right.
Horrible rolling continues.
Actually, that was just John.
Oh,
Oh,
it's just John.
It was just...
Okay.
Oh,
My
good.
initiative is 20.
Okay. I warned Chris that this was kind of a funky encounter, so please bear with me.
It's all good.
It's okay.
I told Sarah that I had started to read it, and then something sounded really cool, so I skipped over it. And I kept reading, and then something sounded really cool, and then and so then I'm like, okay, so I texted with Sarah, and I'm like, do you mind if I just don't read this? Because there's a bunch of cool stuff in it. And she said she'd be fine. So I didn't read it either. And I'm glad I didn't, because this is really interesting.
Okay.
He's
So
in a fight all by himself.
So the situation right now, I'm gonna have everybody roll their initiative. But Show Enough is currently in the room by himself, and you guys are still right outside watching this scene. So you just saw the elf disappear, and the two hags be really annoyed that he just showed up.
Okay. I'm usually annoyed when John shows up. So.
Oh. Just annoyed? I need to try harder.
Oh, shit.
Sometimes I'm sad. I cry.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Now, you really know how to get me right in the feels, dude.
And I cry.
Oh my god, do I cry? I thought I tried. Oh my god, do I try?
No, we cry.
Oh, I do try though.
You
All right. So what's everybody else's initiative? Let's go Shooter next.
I am on 7.
7.
Barbarian?
16.
Okay, and Alexian?
14. Yay!
Cool. That actually works out really well. Thank you. Okay, so Show Enough. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Well, after picking my jaw up off the floor, I am going to turn to the hags and, in a moment of panic, cast Color Spray.
Okay.
Oh, the Jubilee spell.
There's the Jubilee spell. I like
It
that.
is the Jubilee spell.
That's awesome.
I don't even know what that
15,
is.
15-foot cone. See, a dazzling array of flashing colored light springs from your hand. Roll 6d10.
Color spray.
I need six. Wow,
Jubilee is a
6d10?
character in the
Wow.
X-Men who gets a lot of flack because her ability is basically shooting out multicolored fireworks.
That's funny.
Some people think she's really lame, but I think she's cool.
Yeah.
Well, in the X-Men
so
universe,
60-10.
of powers is probably not high octane. But
No, it's not the most powerful thing.
3, 5, 6, 12.
It's like
14,
Meg's
15,
fingernails.
16. So the total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures and creatures that can't see. Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by this spell is blinded until the end of your next turn. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the creature with the next lowest hit points. A creature's hit points must be equal to or less than the remaining total for that creature to be affected. And I rolled 16 hit points worth of dancing lights.
Okay. So the two hags, seeing your dancing lights come after them, go whoosh. And you notice that your magical spray just dissipates. And the one that didn't just roll their eyes at you goes, "What do you think you're doing? You should concentrate on the real threat, that elf hag!"
Oh.
Well done.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Is that your turn?
That's all I can do on my turn.
Okay. So with
Well,
that,
book it for maybe book it for the door, actually. Sorry.
well, you're now in a room. You're in the room.
I'm in the room.
There's a cage in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Empty.
There, actually, Chris, can you show the map?
Oh, is this what the map is?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So I'm in the big southern room there.
You are in the room that has the number 1 on it.
Okay. So I don't know anything about the rest of the rooms. I just see doors.
So you see the door that you just that on the wall that you had just been looking in the windows,
So
which is down here. I just
can't see where
realized
you're
you
pointing.
can't see where I'm pointing.
Yeah, hang on. I've got to pin this. I've got this way too small.
So this double door down at the
To the
bottom,
okay.
that's where you guys were just standing. You were in one of those two windows looking in. Okay.
Okay.
These two, there's an empty cage in the bottom left, and the cage that the elf was just in is in the top right.
Okay.
Okay. You got doors to your east and west, and another set of double doors to your north up that hallway. And you think you see some doors on either side of that hallway in front of you as well. The elf totally disappeared, so you have no idea where she went.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the end of your turn? You were in the middle of the room.
So I was in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just cast color spray to try to make a tactical retreat towards the outside door to the zone.
Towards the outside door?
Yep.
So you're
That's where I
going to
just
attempt to go through the door?
Yes.
Okay. This is going to be good. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, so as you attempt to go through the door, you all of a sudden find yourself in a different room. You are
Oh.
now in the room marked number 3.
Okay, so suddenly I'm in a room with 2 doors.
You're in a room with a door to the north and a door to the east,
Okay, but I don't know the connection.
and some windows. All right.
Okay,
So that is your turn.
that is my turn.
So on the elf's turn, you hear a coming from the east.
I hear it coming from the east.
Coming from the east. And Barbara Ann, your turn.
Okay.
It may or may not matter, and it may now be ogres, but I can speak Elvish. So, since we're dealing with an elf. So,
It doesn't seem to be helping you.
okay.
Okay. So from our perspective outside the cabin, did we just see how he rushed towards the door, and would we have seen? Would we be in view of those windows where he popped into the other room?
You're standing. You've been looking in the window that overlooks Room 1.
Right.
So you don't know where he went,
Okay.
but you expected to see him come out that door based on where he was going, and he did not.
Okay.
Did I actually just get the details right? Did I actually walk through the door, or did I
You
just
walked through the door, and you ended up in Room 3.
Okay, so I walked through the door and I'm in a different room. I didn't just
The front
I
door.
didn't touch the door and then poof. Okay, that's what I want to know.
Okay.
I guess we
Alright.
would just try to go through. Oh.
Barbara is not very subtle, so she's basically going to draw her great sword and smash through the front door.
Okay?
So
You find
she-
yourself in room number 1.
room number 1. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and she's gonna kind of.
And there's still 2 hags in there.
All right. So she's going to kind of menace at them with the great sword and be like, "No, why don't you tell me why we should be going after? Why the elf is the real threat?" And all she is going to do is, let's see here. She's going to stand, close enough to them in reach, cough, cough, that if they try to do something to her, she's going to swing at one of them.
That would be in their face.
Okay.
What's that? Yeah.
So the hag that was talking about her spleen pie.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you stupid adventurers don't see what she really is. Just go after her.
Okay. She's still going to stand there ready for now and say, "Hey, follow me in here so we at least have us all together." And that's end her turn.
Okay. Thank you, Barbran. Alexian, our changeling fighter.
I go in after Barbara Ann.
Barbran. Barbarian. Okay, you enter the room and you see Barbarian acting menacing towards hags and hags that look annoyed. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to hold my action until they come at me.
So you're gonna ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. That's the end of your turn?
Yes.
A shooter.
Shooter. Gonna go inside the room here. I'm gonna go in there with 2 daggers drawn. And I'm going to I'm gonna use my action to make an active perception check.
Perception
Check.
Okay.
Not quite sure exactly what I'm looking for. Maybe like a secret door underneath the cage where the elf was or something, like anything out of the ordinary. Trap door, secret door, something like that.
Okay.
Something on the wall.
Okay.
Just gonna do perception.
Okie doke.
24.
Okay, perfect. So as you take a look around to see what you can notice, you don't see any kind of trap door underneath the cage. You do, however, get the feeling that the walls aren't as they seem.
Walls aren't as they seem.
They seem off.
And that the elf, though you cannot see her, may still be somewhere in the house.
The shooter will say, well, I think she's still here. And then that's my turn.
Okay.
Me in the next room didn't hear that. So.
Yeah, you did not hear that. You're in the next room.
Mm-hmm.
So once shooter seems to notice that she's tells you that he believes that she's still here. You see the hags run towards the east wall of the main room that you're standing in and seemingly walk right through the wall into the room to the east.
Interesting.
And back up to the top, we're going to start with Sure Enough. Round 2, Human Rogue.
You said I heard cackling to the east, huh?
You did.
Okay, I'm going to bust through the door to the east.
You're going to walk through the door to the east?
Oh boy. He hasn't been in the room to see
You
this.
attempt to walk through the door to the east, and all of a sudden you pop into room number 6.
Okay.
You're in a room that does not look anything like any room that you've seen. It has one single door to the west and one single door to the north.
So I've charged through the door, and I end up in a
room you've not seen before.
A room I've not seen before. Okay. Time to start panic, collect myself, and have a look around the room I'm in.
Okay, so you're going to perceptify the room?
I will perceptify the room. Okay. Got an 8.
The room looks like a room.
And that, well, you could at least get a quick inventory.
It's empty.
It's
All
empty.
you see is walls and doors.
Okay. Let's see, how much movement would I have used? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I would say you used just 15 because you went from the middle of the room to the door and then popped.
Well, can I charge the room to the north? Charge the door to the north.
Sure.
Sure. That'll probably take up all what's left of my movement.
Okay. So you run towards the door in the north, and all of a sudden you're in the main room with the cages and your friends.
All right.
Where'd you come from?
I don't know.
Just appeared out of nowhere.
That would be Show Enough's move.
Yep.
Okay, so, Delcy, you would assume is her name.
Yeah.
Is going to do some stuff and things.
And things and stuff.
Sounds like they're not nice things and there's not nice stuff.
Well, we don't know. The hags could be lying. Trying to trick us.
Oh, but we overheard her say when they popped you inside She didn't sound like a nice person.
Oh, you're not supposed to be a nice person to not.
She sounded like a hag. An extra one.
Yeah.
Hey,
If it
we're
looked
not
like
nice.
they were.
So your elf friend has done some stuff and things. Barbara Ann, you're up.
All right, so let's see here. Barbara Ann is kind of feeling more cautious now that she saw. I guess the hags went through the door.
They didn't go through the door. They went through the wall.
Through the wall. Okay, so now that we've seen people.
One went through a wall to the
vamping
north,
through
and one went through
walls.
a wall to the east.
Okay. She's gonna kind of take a few steps forward and just place a hand on like one of the walls to the right in the hallway that's at the top of that room.
You're going to place your hand on the wall?
Yeah. She wants to see if it feels solid based on what she saw the others do.
Okay. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh boy.
Bye, Barbara Ann.
Barbara Ann's joining Team DM.
Right? Oh, not good. Not good. That is a 5.
Okay. So you attempt to touch the wall seemingly to see if you can go through it.
Yep.
And you feel a shock of pain come through and take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. Ouch.
Okay.
So we can't go through the wall.
I didn't say that. I said she took some bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Okay.
That might be what the character would conclude, though.
Okay.
Just saying.
Did it seem like my hand was going through the wall when I took the damage, or
No.
No. Okay. So, all right. So she kind of shakes her hand out and shouts at looks at the others. And says, "Don't touch the walls. Stick together." And she's kind of gonna yell at the top of her lungs and say, "Dulcie, if Harmon sent us here to find you, what is this game?"
A little more than 10 words.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You hear
Oh.
Great.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold with the party for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alexian, you're up.
So
Barbara Ann is
yeah,
up
and
near
actually
underneath that door to the north.
Saraha, if I can walk back real quick, I would still say that I'm readied. So if someone appears within range for me to swing and threatens
Well,
me,
you went up to this corridor and touched where on the
it was
wall?
literally the just the top of the room at the entrance to the corridor. So Chris
Okay.
went me back down. Yeah. So I touched the right
so
side.
you went like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to go up there.
Yeah.
How much more movement do you have?
I'm not going to move. I'm just going to ready so that if something
Okay.
appears next to me or tries to threaten me within reach of my weapon, I can swing at it. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They went to the. I wonder if I would try the door to the east.
You're going to try the door to the east?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you go to walk through the door to the east, and you are going to find yourself in a room with windows to your west and the south, and a door to the north and a door to the east. So room number 3.
Oh, so I'm where Show Enough was.
So you go to move into that
You don't know
door,
that,
and you
yeah.
end up somewhere where it does not quite look like what you would expect if you went through the door that you were going towards.
Puzzled question mark over my head.
Yeah.
It's like a Rubik's Cube.
What do you want to do anything more?
How much movement was that?
I would say you were kind of
About 30.
Okay, then I can't do anything
30.
else.
okay.
That's my max move.
So shooter, you're up.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Try to walk through that wall.
You try to walk through that wall.
Yeah.
Give me a charisma saving throw.
7.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
And I'm wondering why you just ran into a wall. Literally.
Literally.
Because the hags did it.
Well, he was just doing what he saw. So
I wasn't in the room at the
He
time.
was
so I don't
hoping
know.
that the different wall would work. I get it. Thoroughness. Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to walk through the same wall that I saw the hag walk through.
Okay.
He's being a Kenko. He's reading the movement.
Being a mimic. Yeah.
I am
get it.
mimicking.
Mimicking. All right, so you take 4 bludgeoning damage and you do not pass through the wall.
You do not pass go.
Yeah.
Okay. You going to do anything else?
I've just moved, so I'm going to do another active perception check on the wall in front of me.
Okay.
I don't know. It might not give any more information, but I got 18.
Okay. You get the feeling that you could have gotten through the wall if you'd been a little more careful about it,
Okay.
for lack of a better way of putting it.
If our charisma rolls didn't suck ass.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So at the end of round 2, you see Hag B, so the one that wasn't talking about spleen pies, appear back through the wall to the east. She comes back into the room with you guys.
Yeah.
And Barbara Ann, you see Hag A pop into the hallway above you and start running towards the north.
Okay.
And Hag B takes a look at Shooter and says, "You think you could be a little more careful about how you try to get through the wall?" And we're back to the top. Show enough, human rogue. What are you gonna do?
She just say through the wall? Oh, sorry, that was Strax's voice. Sorry.
Wrong character.
Wrong character. Let's try this again. Through the wall. Through the wall. I will... Let's see. Oh, they're both there in the room, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
One's in the hallway. One's kind of close to you.
Well,
I'm assuming that she's the green dot you just put on the map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, they didn't try to attack me when they had the chance, so...
That is also a hag.
Yeah.
Two
Not that I-
hags.
Well, after seeing the Kenku and after hearing what she said, he's just going to try going through the wall directly north of them. That's probably the one that's between 1 and 6.
Okay, give me a charisma saving throw.
And charisma saving throw?
Yep.
22.
Okay, so you attempt to go through the wall right next to that cage, and you all of a sudden find yourself back in a room that looks very familiar to you. So he's in room 6.
All right. I shout back. That seemed to work. Don't use the doors.
Okay, you gonna do anything else?
Well, since I can't see anything else, I was just going to take the dodge action and pass turn.
Okay, cool. So it's Delsey's turn. So shown up, all of a sudden you see what looks slightly like the elf that you saw previously, but she looks a little older, a little more potted, a little less pretty. And all of a sudden she waves her hands and a little creature pops up as she cackles with delight and pops back through the wall to the east.
Oh.
And upon her summoning, this little creature comes at you. It's a small creature, and takes a swing with his little dagger.
What are you?
And that's going to be AC 23.
Whoa.
AC 23. That is... It's cutting it real close, but... Yeah, that's going to hit.
Okay. That is going to be 6 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Okay.
Now something tells me
Not letting it
she's not an elf.
Yeah.
And that will be Delsey's turn. Barbara Ann, you're up.
All right. So I saw him just successfully go through the wall.
Do you have any kind of marker that can denote that little creature, Chris?
Little creature with a big punch.
Right. Whoa. Let's see here. The question is, would she just get tired of this and start swinging?
Well, you haven't seen that little creature that just attacked your friend.
She did see him go through the wall, but I don't know if she believes in her skills to try to do it, but she might try to follow him.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if she would follow him or if she would just get tired of this and try to start swinging on the foes that are right in front of her. Although they're not attacking, so...
Why would you attack?
Right. Yeah, it's kind of weird. She really doesn't like that everybody's splitting up and going different directions, but what's done is done, so...
Kind of glad I got the Chaos and Mayhem bite, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Right, so she is going to try to more carefully, quote-unquote, go through the wall exactly where she just saw... what's his face? Sure enough, do the same.
Okay. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. 8! My dice hate me.
You bang your head against the wall once again and take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Alright.
Would you like to do anything else?
She's gonna turn on the one that's below her and say, I'm losing my patience. Get the elf out here if you want us to deal with her. And just, she's gonna ready to, again, attack anything that attacks her.
Okay. The hag responds.
We can't force her to come out, but you could go looking for her. Maybe you should try to figure out how to use those doors.
Is that your turn?
Let's see here. Yeah, no, she's gonna stay right there. She's gonna kind of look at, who is it, Shooter, who's there with her, and kind of like shrug her shoulders in frustration and stay ready.
Shooter shrugs back.
Yeah.
Okay. Alexian, you're up.
Okay. I guess I'm going to try to go through the east wall.
Okay. So you try to go through the wall. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, natural 1.
Oh my god.
No.
A dice hate us.
you take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
Would you like to do anything more?
Did that count as me moving?
It was like 15 feet of
It
movement.
was like 15 feet of movement.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I guess I will try to just go through the door.
Okay. So you're going to walk through the door to the east,
Yep.
and you all of a sudden appear back in the middle of the same room you just tried to leave.
oh.
Room number 3.
Oh, this is crazy.
Shooter, you're up.
Is this hag blocking the door? Can I move through there?
No, you can move. You can try to go through the door. She won't
Okay,
stop
I'll try
you.
to go through the door this time rather than the wall.
Okay. You attempt to go through the door and all of a sudden find yourself right next to Alexian. This is so fun for me.
What is actually going
I
on?
look at him and I shrug.
Would you like to do anything more? I
Um,
would say you only used like 5 feet of movement.
yeah, I will go through this door.
Okay. All right. You try to go through that door and you end up in room number 5.
All right, I will try another perception check just because.
Why don't you actually...
How is
you
that
can go
different
ahead
from
and make a
normal?
perception check.
10.
You perceive that things don't seem to be working correctly.
All right, that is my turn.
Okay. The hag closest to Barbara Ann taps her on the shoulder
Okay.
and says,
Don't you think that maybe these doors are a bit magical?
You might be able to figure out how to use them correctly.
Okay.
And now we're at the top of round 4, I believe. Sure enough. You are currently in room 6. There is still a little kobold humanoid tiny creature next to you, looking pretty evil. What would you like to do?
Okay, I am going to cast Booming Blade.
Which is...
Say a
Cantrip.
It's a cantrip. As part of the action used to cast the spell, you must make a melee attack with a weapon against one creature within the spell's range.
Okay.
It's an awesome
first,
spell.
see if I hit. AC 14.
That will hit.
Okay. See, on hit, the target suffers the attack's normal effects, which is 10 damage. Roll back damage on that.
The little creature goes poof,
Poof. Okay.
and is all of a sudden just gone.
Okay. Then the rest of the spell doesn't matter then. Okay. It just means with the rest of the spell, he'd take damage if he voluntarily moved,
Okay.
but he's not there. So
He's no longer there.
okay. So attack. And
Do you want to
I
attempt to move?
I had good luck going through the wall once. I still don't know anything about that conversation about the doors, so I am going to attempt to go through the wall to the north.
But keep in mind that you did see Delcy appear, or what you think was Delcy,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
go back through the wall to the east.
Oh, to the east. I saw her to go to the east. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Then I definitely attempt to follow her to the east
Okay. Give me a charisma saving throw with advantage.
with advantage. 22.
Okay. You pass through the wall with no problems, and you are immediately in the room that's marked number 7. And you see Delcy there getting ready to move towards the northern wall.
I say, well, I've already used my action. I've not yet used my bonus action. I will move to interceptor. Move to interceptor. Stand in between her and the wall,
Okay?
and that's as much as I can do.
Okay, so you're going to stand between her and the wall. Excellent. Thank you. So now it is Delcy's turn. And since she sees you in the room, she's going to once again conjure up. Poof! Another little tiny creature appears. And as she conjures that little tiny creature, she's going to run through the wall to the north. And
Does
the
that
creature.
provoke?
That is true. Then she's pretty smart, so she's actually not going to do that. But she will command the little creature to attack. So the little creature is going to swing at you with its little dagger for AC 10.
That will miss.
Okay. And
I'll
that's
be ready
the
for
turn.
you this time, last.
Aye. Excellent. So that is Delcy's turn. So now we're to Barbara Ann, our half-orc barbarian.
Okay. She's gonna. Still getting frustrated.
So keep in mind that the hag told you that there might be a way to figure out the doors, and you have witnessed some people walk through the walls.
Right. So let's see here. She's gonna try to go through the door to the east behind the one hag.
Okay. You're just gonna try to walk through the door?
She's gonna. Is
told
there a
me-
way? What's that?
Told you that the doors were clearly magical.
They were magical, so she's gonna say, I want to go to where Delcy is as she walks through the door.
Okay. So So you attempt to walk through the door, telling it that you want to go to where Delcy is. And you end up in the room that you were expecting to go to. So room number 2.
Okay. How much movement did that take to do that?
Just the regular movement.
Okay.
Actually, technically, by the mechanics, you would have poofed into the middle of the room, even though it was the room you were expecting to go to.
So it was like half my movement, I think, to get down there, like 15 feet from where I was.
We'll say 15. It's kind of hard to tell on the tiny scale.
The little squares are 5 feet apiece.
Yeah, they are, but
I don't have anything small enough.
I'm giving y'all some leeway.
Okay, so it didn't take me to where Delcy was, but it did take me to the next room.
It didn't take you to where Delcy was. You have the feeling that you might have gotten lucky that you went into the room you were expecting to.
Okay.
Doing my best.
That's okay. No, she's gonna try to just go up. She's gonna test the walls one more time just to see if maybe this case is different. So she's gonna try to go through there.
You go to the north. Yep. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Oh, there we go. 16.
So you attempt to pass through the wall, and you pass through with no problems.
Okay.
And you find yourself facing what you believe is Delcy, a little tiny creature, and sure enough, all in a standoff.
Okay. Do I have any movement left to get into flanking with Delcy?
I would say you only had enough movement to go through the wall.
Okay. That's plenty for a half orc. If she's standing right next to Delcy, she is going to go, you! And she's going to rage and swing at her. That's it.
Well, Delcy's up in the northern.
Oh, Delcy's up in the northern. Okay, I'm sorry. It looks like she was more in the middle.
She tried to go through the wall.
Oh, okay.
But sure enough, stopped her.
Okay.
But remember, the little teeny tiny squares are each 5 feet.
Okay.
So she's like 5, 10, 15.
Oh, she's
like 25 feet.
Yeah, that's right. It's kind of weird with the map the way it is.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, I don't have anything smaller, honey.
That's okay. No, it's even when I printed on like the 11 by 17 size for the map, it was still too small. So that's okay.
Yeah,
hang on. I'm going to evaluate here what I want to do. Because there's a feature of rage that I don't recall, so I'm just checking something. Okay, so she's still gonna rage, and she's gonna kind of drop the sword to the side with one hand and whip a javelin off of her back and throw it at her across the room. So let's see here.
Okay, so you're gonna just drop your sword as opposed to trying to stow it?
No, she's not going to drop she's going to hold the sword with one hand because I believe the javelin, you can throw it with one hand.
A javelin is not a two-handed weapon.
Okay.
Right. So she can hold her sword and basically, sling it. She's going to hold the sword with her left hand and just sling out a javelin to throw it at her just so she can make an attack.
Okay.
So she's going to throw a javelin at the crazy... It clearly does not look like a benign elf, right? She looks like a haggy lady.
She no longer looks like an elf. She no longer looks like an elf.
Okay, so yeah, she's gonna...
Then why are they trying to cook her and put her in a pie?
Right?
She didn't say that she was trying to put the elf into a pie.
Actually, sorry, one more thing. She's gonna check one other.
In all fairness.
And that's only melee. Okay, so it won't work for the javelin where it's thrown. Okay, so she can't go reckless. That's okay, though. Sure, that'll work. So she will throw a javelin at the crazy lady. She is going to miss badly with a javelin.
Don't tell me what it is. Didn't we have this discussion 2 days ago? Just tell me what it is.
It's going to hit AC 8.
Okay, that will miss.
It's too bad because it would have been max damage. However, because she is freaking pissed off and she's raging, she has this feature called Ancestral Protectors. Oh, wait, you have to hit them, though. Never mind. It would have affected who she could and couldn't attack with disadvantage if
Now
I
there's
actually hit her.
ogres.
So yeah,
Okay.
didn't matter.
Or half orcs,
All right.
whichever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So that's your turn?
Yeah, that is my turn because I've got no
Okay.
movement. I made an attack. I raged. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. So, Alexian, Changeling Fighter, what you gonna do?
All right, I'm gonna try to go through to the north, through the door
To the
there.
north?
To the north.
Okay. Well, that's not the right dice. Okay, so you attempt to go through the door to the north, and all of a sudden you find yourself in the middle of a room surrounded by a hag, a little kobold, and Shona, and Barbara Ann.
Barbara Ann's like, get her!
Am I close enough to her?
Well, you're in the middle of the room, so it would only take you about 10 feet of movement to get
Okay,
towards her.
close
And I
the
would
gap.
say you could probably flank her based on what Shonuff's trying to do.
Okay, so I get into wherever I need to go so I can attack her.
Okay, so you're going to attack Delcy.
Yes.
Okay. Who's
All right.
actually a green hag right now. So
Attack the hag. Hopefully I can do it. I have 2. All right, attack number
Advantage.
1. All right, so that one is going to be 15 to hit.
that will miss.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
jeez. Okay.
Daisy tracker!
Let's try that again then.
Sorry. I'm
All right.
yawning.
So that's going to be 12, 13, 24 to hit.
That will hit.
And that's going to be for 7.
7. Okay.
Is she concentrating on that summon spell?
7.
No, she is not.
Okay.
How much did you just hit for? Sorry.
7.
7. John distracted me.
Sorry.
All right, so
I am
you
very
see her
distracted.
reel back in pain and give a little shriek.
And
Is
that's
that-
my turn.
That's your turn?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I missed the first attack, so.
Excellent. Thank you, Alexian. And now, Shooter, our Kenku Ranger.
Gotta make an Arcana check on the door.
Okay.
20.
Okay. You walk up to the door and check it based on your Arcana magic, and you believe that you are now able to understand how the doors work. And that uses an action. So what that means is you can now pass through the doors and go to the room that you're intending to go to.
Sweet.
Voila.
Um,
Well,
do I-
the room that the door goes to.
right.
Yeah,
But I have absolutely no idea where these people are.
correct.
Yeah.
All right,
Not
well,
that much commotion.
Since I'm already there, I just walked through that door.
Oh, wait, wrong.
That's
not
not
you're,
you.
Whoops, sorry.
you're the yellow marker.
I walked through that door. Is the hag still there?
Yes, the hag is still there.
Okay. And there's
Oh,
a
did
door.
he go anywhere walking out through that door?
No,
No,
he just learned how to control the doors.
Oh, okay.
I walked through that door.
Okay. Alrighty. You now find yourself in a room with just the one door that you just walked through.
Okay. You're gonna
And
have
a
to tell
window.
me. You're gonna have to tell me theater of the mind wise, like how much movement I have. So I'm gonna come back through this door.
Okay. Well, I would say you use like 10 to get to the door and check it.
Mhm.
15, 20, 25 to go through that door. If you go back through, that's 30. If that
So-
makes sense.
Yeah. And I used my action to
Check it.
do the Arcana, so I'm good.
Yep. Okay. So that's Shooter's turn.
I figured out the doors. Yay!
Yay!
Nice job, Ranger.
The hag right underneath you says, "Hurry up! That witch is getting away!" It goes through the wall to the east.
So
The hag just tried to suggest that Shooter should follow her, And now we're back at showing up.
Showing up.
I've got advantage because
On
I'm
the hag,
flanking
on the Delcy hag.
Yep.
Because I
Biatch.
get that biatch.
So another booming blade
Killer.
on her.
DLC.
Okay, that is going to be AC 23
That will hit.
Nice.
for 6 damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
And because of booming blade, oh wait, I can sneak attack this
Yes, you can.
for an additional 2d6.
Sneak attack. Cure wounds.
Attack.
So it's another 6 on that.
Okay.
So it's total 12. And because of booming blade, she says, okay, if the target willingly moves before the start of my next turn, it immediately takes 1d8 thunder damage.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Cool.
Booming blade is an awesome spell.
Thunder. Na, 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 na.
You're bringing the boom and the pow.
Boom, boom,
And
boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
I don't really have
Boom.
any way to
Oops.
disengage usefully, so just
Can you
gonna-
sidestep?
You have room that you could
Yeah.
step and not provoke.
If you could step to the middle to open up flanking for somebody else now that your allies are here.
That's true.
Yes.
You are here, so
Yeah.
okay. Then I will bonus action,
There you go.
disengage and move 15 feet to the south.
So basically, yeah. Just put that little blue marker next to the black one on the right. Yeah.
Am I in the room?
Yeah, technically.
And that is turn.
Okay. All right. With that, you see Delcy reel with pain and wiggle her fingers one more time, and a little tiny kobold poops into the room.
So we got 2 little kobolds poofed into the room.
On the other side of who's the white one?
This is becoming a very crowded room.
That is Greg.
That is Alexian.
Alexian. Yes.
Yeah.
So this kobold's gonna flank with Delcy around Alexian and swing with the dagger with advantage.
Roll low, roll low. roll
That'll
low.
be I rolled a 2 and an 8, so that'll
Roll
be
those.
an AC 12.
That will miss.
Okay, and since she still has another kobold, that one will turn on Barbran since she just ran into the room.
Bring it.
No advantage on that.
Okay.
So AC 6.
That
Whips right
will
over here.
miss.
Well, he's tiny, so he whiffs right by your big toe.
Okay.
And that will be Delcy's turn. So, Barbran, you're up.
Okay, Barbarian's gonna move into flanking with Delcy.
So, kind of like right over 7 there.
I guess, yeah, as long as I can get by the kobolds, yeah.
yeah.
So, get her the money.
Say you can.
Okay. Yeah.
They're not very smart, so.
Okay.
Ad-
see here.
advantage for the win.
Right. So with
Kill,
a huge
kill. Are you ready
bellow,
to rage?
she's raging. So with a huge bellow, she's gonna wind back with the great sword.
Stabby, stabby, ow, ow.
Advantage. She is gonna roll total shit.
Oh, no.
That's unfortunate. Alright, so 9 plus 5. Man, that sucks a lot.
We're still gonna hit Kate.
What's the AC?
No, it's not. It's a 15 missed her, and I just rolled a 14.
Okay, yeah, a 14 misses.
Yeah. So, Let's see. So none of her abilities go off because she didn't actually hit, but she's still, because she's pissed, she's gonna run her mouth a bit. She's gonna say, "Don't you want to know what happened to the Dreamstones?" And she's just gonna hold there in flanking, or she might. Let's see. If I step one to the side, can I still be adjacent to her and then leave room for La
Shooter.
to get back into flanking?
I'm not in the room.
Or not shooter, but for sure enough to get back into flanking. Like if I just step down the wall so that I don't disengage.
You're there, so I don't really need.
Okay, then I'll stay there. I'll stay right there.
He can go into your space like as a.
And she'll kind of shout and say, "Shooter, we're in here." I don't know if the sound gets through the walls, but she would try because she's loud and she's not subtle.
It doesn't.
So
but,
yeah, that's
Magic house.
She's still an angry half-orc.
At the mention of the Dreamstone, you notice Delcy shudder a little bit.
Oh.
But is that your turn?
Yeah, because I only have the one attack. So.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
So Alexian, you're up.
Okay, so I go, since I'm still in an advantageous state, I'm going to attack her again. Okay, so that's 20 to hit.
Nice.
That will hit.
And
Hey,
that's,
tracker.
that's going to be for 5 for attack number 1.
Okay.
Nice.
She takes it.
And let's see, offhand. And that one's going to be 22.
That will hit.
And that's going to be for 9.
9.
9.
You hear her hiss as you hit her with a nice hard hit. And Alexian, are you doing anything more?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Shooter or Kenku Ranger. I want to be a Kenku Ranger.
I'll step through that door on here where she went. And
Okay.
see what's in there.
You see a hag and a door to your north.
Door north. Okay, go over there, walk through that door.
You come into a room that has just a window.
Okay. Come back out and go back over here.
Okay. There's a hag.
I'm going to double move.
Okay.
Use my action to move. And come out here.
Okay.
And then I'm guessing I'm probably going to get like partway through this room and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, yeah. Probably.
Okay. All set.
I'll go a fudge a little bit on that. All right. Cool. So as you're running back through the room, you hear the hag say, "Get in the fight already!" And you see the other hag standing around near the cage, like chewing on her fingernails, like, "This is getting boring. I really just want my spleen super." And then you see her go through the east wall. So the one that's in the room with, yeah. Perfect.
Okay, so they're both in those rooms?
Yep.
Okay.
And back up to the top, round 5, I think. Sure enough. Our human rogue, what you gonna do?
Oh, all right. Well, no advantage on the attack, but still, I get another booming blade on the lady. That ain't no lady. Still, let's do pretty good. AC 19,
That will hit.
and I will sneak attack that. Grand total, 6, 12, 14. Grand total of 18 damage.
Nice.
Oh shit!
And
Nice
she is
job,
now
Ron.
and she is now sheathed in that weird energy, kind of pulsing energy.
Lightning energy, thunder energy, whatever it is. It's
So
cool.
you thunder down with your magic blade, and she in pain as you see blood start trickling from her ears.
Oh.
Buddy!
Wait, don't die. We need you for our 100 gold. No.
She's bloody.
Yeah, we're gonna have an answer for Harmon that he's
She's
not
at
gonna
less
love.
than half her maximum hit points.
She's now at less than half her maximum hit points.
I've lost the pirate. Let me try this again.
What happened to the pirate, John?
First he was a pirate.
Go Southern.
For our
Then he was Irish.
Wait, that doesn't sound right either.
Pirate
That does not
Irish.
sound right. I don't
He's
know.
Pirish.
It's late.
Irish. That's good.
Pirish.
You might have invented a new language there.
Hey,
He's an Irit.
never call me. I'm not creative.
That's okay. My hag's voices have been kind of going back and forth
No.
between accents too. All right, is that your turn?
Well, yeah, there's just the go in, attack, and disengage, back out. So yeah.
Okie doke. So the now obviously bleeding hag waves her hands again and summons yet another little guy
They just keep.
that's going to surround Shonuff and take an advantage swing.
I've stepped away. He doesn't.
Oh, you're not near anybody?
Yeah, I step in, I swing, I disengage.
You're back to the
away
wall.
from the-
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's gonna surround Barbaran with Delcy.
Sure.
That's all right. You can take the hits.
Barbaran is like, bring it on.
That'll be for AC 20.
That will hit.
That will hit. Oh, I've completely forgotten what he hits with. It's been so long since he hit anything. Okay, so his little dagger comes down at you, pokes you in the knee for 3 piercing damage.
Okay, but actually one, because raging.
There you go.
There we go. Sweet.
Actually, one because raging.
And I think I still have 2 more of those kobolds on the field, right?
You do?
On the play.
So one of them is going to take a stab at Alexian with advantage, AC 13.
That will miss.
Okay, and the other one's going to take a regular swing at Alexian, AC 20.
That will hit.
And that will be for 4 piercing damage.
Ouch.
And that's our turn. So, Barbran, you're up.
All right, so she's still in flanking. She's still pissed off. So she's going to swing at the Haggy lady,
Agulus.
right?
Hagrid.
Okay, that's
Totally.
probably better.
Hagulus.
Well, we'll see. AC, let's see here, 16 to hit.
That'll miss.
Damn.
Wow. That would have been my guess as to our target, but I guess not.
Yeah, that's
Gotta hit-
unfortunate.
Gotta hit her hard.
Doing anything
So-
else?
Okay, she's just going to keep taunting. She's going to say, "You couldn't figure the Dreamstones out, could you?" And that's it. That's
Again, she shudders at the
Yeah,
mention of the
yeah.
Dreamstone.
yeah. So
Alexian, you're up. Changeling fighter.
All right, let's go again. Another attack with advantage. Okay, so that's going to be
Poor shooter's like, where is that sword?
so it's 14 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay, so that's that one. And 15 to hit.
That'll miss.
All right, I'm not doing nothing that turn.
Okay. Alexian takes a valiant couple of strikes in the hag's direction, but she manages to
Miss.
fend him off. And now it's Shooter's turn, our Kenku Ranger.
All right. Can I double move here and here?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll say yes. So as
Okay.
you move through the room, you see a hag still chewing on her disgusting fingernails. And you suddenly find yourself in a room that's full of little crazy creatures running around, and one haggy-looking, ear-bleeding thing, and all your friends.
Fascinating.
So you double moved. Do you have anything to do with a bonus action?
I do not.
Okay. The two other hags don't do anything. So back up to the top, round 6. Human rogue, sure enough, what you gonna do?
Well, second verse, run in, booming blade, disengage, and run out. So
Run in.
Run in.
okay, that's AC 12 is not going to make it. So
Man.
whiff of a turn. There we go, fast turn.
Okay. Delcy will take advantage of flanking with one of her little kobolds. And we'll try to attempt a claw attack on Barbara Ann, since she's standing right there.
All right.
Sure thing.
Sure enough. Show enough.
Oh boy. I rolled a 1 and a 7 with advantage. So that's going to be an AC 13.
That'll miss.
That'll miss. Okay. That will be her turn. Oh, actually, her little minions get to go. So her little kobold's going to take a slash at you as well with advantage.
Sure.
AC 13.
Miss.
Okay, and then the one that's surrounding Alexian will take a swing. Critical!
Oh, no. Yuck.
That will be for... So if it's 1d4 plus 2, it would be 2d4 plus 2, right?
Correct.
Okay, so 4, 5, 6 for 6 piercing damage.
Ouch. That hurt. Jeez.
And then the one that's to your right will take another swing. Actually, she's going to swing at Shooter.
Okay.
Shooter just came in the room. And that'll be for AC 8.
Miss.
Okay, that's Team Hag. Barbara Ann, you're up.
I am bloody, by the way.
Oh, boy.
But I can take care of that.
Okay, so Barbara Ann is still pissed off. Here we go again. Okay, AC 17.
That will hit.
Haha!
17.
We have our target.
Magic number.
Freaking hags, man.
AC checker.
AC checker.
Okay, so, and she rolled good damage too. So that is with her great sword. He's
That's
gonna
a
be
great
16 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Woof.
Okay, so then let's see here. The feature that goes with that now is that because of the ancestral protectors, she now has disadvantage on any attack that isn't against her. And if she hits a creature other than me, the creature would have resistance to any damage that she dealt them.
Huh?
You kind of
Which I
mixed
don't
up your
think
pronouns
applies.
there. In other words, if the hag attacks anybody other than Barbara Ann, she has disadvantage on the attack, and the target has resistance to the damage.
Okay.
Oh.
Got it.
Nice. Okay, that makes more
Yep.
sense. I didn't understand what was going on, so.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
a really cool buffing type of
Whoa.
feature. So
Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, I think that is probably it for her. Yeah, that'll be it. She's gonna stay right there.
Okay, thank you, Barbara Ann.
Yep.
The green hag is now clutching her rotting, fleshy chest and
Covering your microphone.
The green hag is now clutching her rotting, rotting, icky, fleshy chest and coughing up a little bit of blood as we turn to Alexian, our changeling fighter.
Okay, so now I'm going to.
You should change into a wizard. No, I'm just kidding.
You're a lizard, Harry.
Attack her.
What?
A lizard.
You're a gizzard, Harry.
I'm a what?
Okay, that's a nice hit. So that's going to be 23 to hit.
Oh, that will hit.
And first attack's going to be for 5.
Okay, takes it.
And offhand attack. That's going to be for 16.
Ouch. She takes it.
Wait, 16 to hit?
Yes.
Oh, 16 to hit. That misses. Sorry.
Damn it. The damage was good too.
Right.
Sorry.
That's it.
But Greg, did you read? You're a fighter,
I
remember?
know. I didn't finish.
Yeah, there you
My
go.
second wind, I need that anyway.
No, you can't second wind, Greg.
Oh, wait.
'Cause
but I
you
could
use your
do
offhand
the
attack,
other
but you-
thing. I
Yeah.
could do action surge.
There you go.
Okay, so action surge. And let's see, what does that do? I can attack
John,
one more
stop playing with your
time.
sack.
One more time.
But it feels good.
Whoa.
Rolling around in my hand there.
I know, they're nice and squishy and soft, but
Whoa, whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
Yeah. I'm playing with my. I'm just fiddling with my chainmail.
All right, Greg, how'd you do?
I didn't hit her. I got like a 12.
that makes
Aw, with advantage. Poor Greg.
Yeah,
The dice.
The dice aren't
They
really.
give it and they
Okay.
taketh away. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, you guys have her on the run.
Yeah.
The laws of probability be a harsh mistress.
Okay, Irish pirate.
Irish.
Keep that up,
Alrighty,
I'm going to
so
get pirate.
Alexian lands a mighty blow,
And then nothing
and
else.
then we're on to Shooter, our Kenku Ranger.
Oh boy.
Do it, shooter.
All right, can I get advantage somehow?
Sure, why not?
Well, you can be on the other side of. Are you the yellow dude?
Yeah, but this isn't really representing exactly what the movement is in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Barbaran and Alexian are on two sides, so I don't know that there's anybody that you could get advantage with.
That's true, because she has her little minion next to her on one side.
All right, I'll swing on the. I'll just do a regular attack on the minion there.
Okay.
This is with one of my 2 daggers.
Okay.
AC 16
On one of the minions, that will hit.
for. Has it taken any damage?
No.
Okay, 6 damage.
It poofs in a puff of smoke.
Okay. Can I make my second offhand attack just regular on Delcy?
Yes.
AC 15 doesn't get it, right?
No.
Okay.
17 or higher.
She just barely manages to duck out of the way.
All right, I am all set.
Okay. You all hear some scurrying in the rooms around you, but the other hags don't seem to care what's going on. And we're back up to Sure Enough.
Show
Right.
enough.
Showed up.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, move in, booming blade, move back. Although she's not really moving much, but just in case she ever decides to, so there's no reason not to.
She's a snot hag.
Would you? Oh, John criticals.
Oh,
Good sneak attack. What sneak attack?
No.
Sarah, who played the rogue, now gets to know how it feels.
So for 60
At least she's only a level 3.
damage.
Not the sun sword damage. What?
No, it doesn't help. 60. Let's go on. Let's see. 5, 9, 10, 12, 14,
Happy John.
16, 17, 19.
It's a good feeling.
It is.
For 20 damage.
For 20?
Yes.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Nice.
Well, with the short swords coming in, just, do I want to actually kill her? Yeah, she's annoying. She tried to kill
Yeah,
us. I'll kill
you
her.
want to kill her.
Okay.
Just take it from me.
Okay. Just move in with the thunderous energy surrounding my short sword. Just come in low and just stab her right up into the gut, and the thunderous energy just kind of shakes her and she falls, I guess. I don't know.
Wow. I don't even know what just happened there, but
So with your thunderous sword piercing her, she all of a sudden vanishes into a puff of toxic green smoke.
Hold my breath.
And the two hags that have been encouraging you this whole time finally burst into the room and look in a sigh of relief as the smoke dissipates into the air.
Oh, thank goodness you killed her. We should have never entered into a coven with such an awful creature.
Oh, they were a coven.
Cool.
Well,
We are so
Seems that-
thankful that you have made sure that she is gone. Please, each of you, take a potion of poison resistance.
Oh.
Surely you'll find them handy, as magic is wonderful. And they are made from Medusa's eyeballs and spider secretions.
Oh, thanks for that info. She
Let's see.
sounds
Resisted to
however
poison.
it takes hers. Yeah,
Potion of poison resistance.
Potion
for each
of
person.
Yeah.
Ocean.
Do you have any questions? I imagine you must be very confused by our home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your
well,
home, your home be what it is, but curious as to what sort of connection you had with this strange dream stone that we keep hearing about.
Did you not speak of the Dreamstone?
oh. Why was she asking someone in the village about it before she came out here and joined you?
This woman, as she tried to portray herself as, was no elf, and she was no friend of ours, it returns. We were simply drawn to this area because of the strange magic we found here. We wanted to see what was happening and why. We do not offer any kind of threat to Van Dalen. And if we did, we might have joined this Delcy in her plans.
And what was her plans?
She had awful plans. Let me tell you what they were. She wanted to make a transformation into a more powerful form by luring the people of Van Dalen here and performing rituals upon them. Yes, rituals of unspeakable nature.
Even for you.
We just want to remain in hiding. These strange events have made Auntie Bush and Granny Rog very weary. Even the Fae folk talk in hushed tones of the unspeakable events that have been happening in these forests.
What have they been talking about? If you're able to communicate with them, what have they said?
Nobody seems to know what's happening. But everything is scaring the creatures. It's so powerful. Even the Fays, as I said, they speak in hushed, whispery tones about the great eyes in the sky. I don't know what that might mean, I tell you. Even that gentleman that we saw didn't seem to quite understand what was going on, but he was very good at telling stories.
You wouldn't be talking about a gentleman who wore yellow and purple, would you?
I don't believe he was wearing yellow and purple, but we entertained an elderly human man for a few hours. He was charming and made us laugh. And he wanted to know more about the area. We pointed him to an abandoned stone quarry in the vicinity of Old Owl Well. Something very, very special is happening there, according to the rumors of the fauna.
Was this Volo you speak of?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
we offer you some food and drink if you'd like, but you must take those dream stones away from us. We want nothing to do with that.
Okay.
They offer you some food and drink, which is pretty vile looking.
Yeah, I will politely decline the offer of food and drink.
Poison us?
Yeah. No, just politely decline.
Shooter will take it.
It's hag food.
Okay.
So,
Shooter eats it.
Shooter eats.
Shooter takes one level of exhaustion.
No.
roll for
Oh no!
Is
Don't
there
eat the
anything
bad
else that you
food
think
there,
you might want to
buddy.
ask the hags?
I guess. Is there any evidence of Delsey's existence that we could take back to the village just to try to explain?
Her name was not Delsey at all, you fool of a barbaric girl. She was merely a hag in hiding.
Okay.
Well,
Did she have belongings?
seems we have lost our booty.
Yeah. Well, did she have belongings that we could take back? Anything that she would have left here?
No.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
believe-
Asking.
You're free to leave.
fish and visitors.
if
Thank
would
you.
like.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we will be getting back. So, thank you.
So you exit the cottage and you head back down the road to where you left the children.
Yep.
They're still a little shaken by the events that have happened in their life recently, but you do find them waiting just where you left them. You have no trouble making your way back to the village of Fandalen, where you find Wester waiting for you. He's wondering what might have happened with Delsey.
Okay.
Delsey is not who you thought she was.
She got real ugly. No.
Ugly, you say?
No.
I find it hard to believe that such a fine elven woman might not be what she said she
She
was.
was actually a
He was no elf.
Yeah, she
was a hag.
she turned out to be a different creature, and unfortunately, we had to
My
deal with her.
stars! I cannot believe it. That's such a terrible thing. Such a lovely maiden she was. But I'm so glad to see that you managed to rescue the children. Hello. Would you like to go back to your families?
No, they say. We don't want to go back to those people. We lost our mommy and daddy a long time ago. We want to stay here.
Oh, boy.
All right, then we will find you a place to live in the village.
I'd be
upon your arrival,
suspecting that one might have tapped the other booty, if you know what I mean.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy! What a
Wow.
scurvy pirate he is.
Wow. Chris is like, no.
No.
Just notes it.
While Lester is very disturbed to discover that Delcy was not as Delcy seemed, he is very thankful for the return of these children who had gone missing. And because you did bring them back with you, he still gives you the promised reward of your 100 gold.
Yay!
Okay.
Each?
Cool.
No. In your wanderings and dealings with the Dreamstone and the Nightmare Stone that you also picked up, you were able to sell both on the market in Vandalen as well for 50 gold points each.
Gold
Why would
points.
you want to sell the nightmare
Pieces.
stuff?
Why are you so mean to me?
You don't want people to have the nightmare stones.
No one ever said a pirate. No one ever claimed a pirate be nice.
So upon your completion of this adventure,
Yep.
you have earned yourselves 5 days of downtime, along with the 100 gold pieces from the rescue and 100 gold pieces for the Dreamstone and Nightmare Stone combined.
Cool.
So 200 split up 4 ways. So.
Well, we've been just putting it in a party fund.
Yeah, we just
but-
put it in the party fund because the party
Freaking
changes.
pirates, man.
The pirate wants his booty.
Uh-huh.
You killed the pirate's booty.
No, I killed the mayor's booty.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Up in a poof in a puff of smoke.
So in conclusion, you guys have each gotten your potion of poison resistance. That was what it was, right?
Yes, it was, yeah.
And the 200 gold pieces for the group.
So,
Nice.
Congratulations!
very nice.
Experience.
Alrighty.
Yay! Thank you very much, Sarah.
That was a fun.
Thank
that was a
you.
fun
You did a
fight.
great job.
Yes. Thank you for taking this one, but it fits your personality, so it was perfect for you.
All right, let's say goodnight to the listeners, everyone.
Good night!
Good night, listeners.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review anywhere this podcast can be found. Our social media links, plus additional content, can be found on our website at knightsofroleplay.com. Please tell your friends about Knights of Roleplay and Adventuring Podcast, and spread the word through social media. Your help and support are greatly appreciated.